There we go. Welcome back, everyone. There appears to be a ship over there.
Ship over somewhere?
Over by the 4 torches.
Oh, yeah.
Or 5 torches.
4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, there's Elias with someone on the shore.
Maybe that's him.
Here they come now.
Oh, she found them so quick.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
You too.
My name's Morgan. This is Madeline and Xavier.
Morgan, Madeline, and Xavier. Hello.
Good evening. I'm Boggert Slime.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Elias was just saying something about a museum.
Oh, yeah, I was starting a museum filled with unusual oddities.
What kind of oddities?
Different kinds, all different sort. We haven't unpacked them yet. There's quite a few that we gotta get through.
Yeah, we're waiting on 2 men in a sloop to deliver 'em.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a delivery coming eventually, and we'll be able to start setting things up. We're just roughing stuff in at the moment. We're part of a little town called 5 Torches.
Yeah, we saw the sign over there, somewhere.
Over
Yes.
there.
Oh, there are actually 5 torches?
No,
No, we're 1 short.
yeah, we didn't want to put them out and confuse people.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
I mean,
no
that would be-
torches at the moment. Yeah.
You're like, oh, we're at 5 torches, and then you get confused because you're actually 4 torches, and you're just, oh,
Yeah, you're just 1 torch short of having a full deck, right?
aren't we all?
Yeah, that would be confusing, wouldn't it?
Yes, very much.
Uh,
Welcome to here. We're glad to have you. There's not much we have to offer at the moment. Oh, God. Not one of
Oh,
those.
hello.
Yeah, there's some pretty interestingly colored birds around here.
It's kind of pretty.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
kind
bad.
of like that.
No, it's not bad. Are you welcome to it? You know what to do. I don't have a clue myself.
Yeah, I was going to say there's one
mean,
way.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the only way I know to deal with them.
I've been punched once today. I don't really want to get stabbed.
but what do y'all do? We do the museum.
Oh, so we've been sent here by our bosses to set up a new branch of our postal service.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. A postal service.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
go by the name of Going Postal, and we
It's not as
deliver
exciting as it's the hounds.
letters and
Oh,
small
really?
Especially
packages.
considering we were supposed to be, I know I was told that, I was going to be able to have a holiday.
What? They took away our holiday?
Yep. And what's worse, found out yesterday, no pay rise either.
What in the world?
She said in a letter that we weren't getting a pay rise.
No, I was told specifically I was going to get a pay rise on top of my paid vacation and everything.
I mean, you also said you also would claimed you were going on a VIP cruise, but clearly not.
I paid extra for the VIP plus.
I told you, Doris hates you,
Oh.
and she took money from you.
Doris made a lot of promises. Okay, you know, I'm sure she's gonna hold up.
I doubt it.
We fine.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Doris.
Oh, so you know more about Doris, don't you?
I think we've all had run-ins with her that haven't been exactly pleasant.
Doris. Ugh.
She's the one holding back any kind of promotion for me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like her at all.
Oh, she's like a slithering snake in the sand.
Exactly what she's like.
We're glad to have you here. Were you looking for a place to land, a place to start, launch from?
Well, we've sort of got a fishing shack up, down,
South?
somewhere.
North?
Oh,
I
you've
don't
got
know. I have no idea where we are. Somewhere in this little cluster of islands.
Right.
It's not really anything permanent, though. Just somewhere to lay down, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just advise you not to pick those nice little whiskly little sugary flowers behind you, because it will lay you down almost permanently.
Well, these ones.
They're doing better.
Fine.
Look at that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Poor Boggert. He has some sort of allergy to those. He was trying
yes.
yesterday to get a handful of them, and it made him,
Oh
made
no,
him so sick.
Oh no.
I can't touch them anymore. No.
They're too sticky.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I think I'm allergic to them.
Oh, look at that. We've already started. You didn't even touch them, and you already have an allergic reaction.
Well,
Maybe we
I'm
should
standing
move
too
over this
close.
way a little.
You're not gonna catch an allergy.
Well, no, I mean just so that you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was standing
And
too
the-
close to him.
Okay. I was just moving away from you.
I was just being polite.
It's really unfortunate that we move here, of all places, and he finds the one plant that he's allergic to right here on the shore where we live.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh, I didn't really say hi properly, did I?
No.
Hi.
No.
Hi.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, is that some sort of...
Oh, she's very limber.
It looks like she's on the seas,
This
trying to
special
hold
way.
yourself. Yeah, that's when the seas are really tossing and you're trying to hold yourself upright, with the ship's really undulating through the waves and you're going, whoa!
Or when you try and do this and your arms, you just can't control them.
Oh no.
That's just Madeline on a normal day.
Make it stop.
You say you
What
are
your problem is.
you're a South Island in this cluster of islands? You're right here near us?
Yes, maybe. I don't know. Every time I sail home, it's all foggy and rainy, and
Yeah.
just kind of guess.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if I should direct anyone your way. Well, when you get settled, we'll direct them to wherever you are, I guess. And it takes time to get settled. If you just have a sort of a fishing shack for the moment, then you probably want something a little more permanent if you're gonna
Yeah.
work for the postal. Did they not send someone to build you something? I mean, Doris is really slacking. She didn't send you anyone to build you a facility to operate out of or nothing.
Well, we haven't seen, most of the others yet, so.
Well, Doris. And hopefully she's at the bottom of the ocean. But I'm sure she'll find her way back. Stay put, Doris.
She always does.
She doesn't do that thing where she sings out, does she? She poke just her head out of the ocean and sing to the ships as they go by. Nothing like that, right?
She doesn't strike me as much of a singer.
All right. I was afraid she'd make her way this way and be trying to charm people over the boards into the ocean.
Nothing about her charm.
Doris. charm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Doris.
no.
Not Doris, so.
I still think she has some of those forked tongues. She speaks in one side and grumbles out of the other side. I know one of those.
Just wait till you meet her. You'll see exactly why we're reluctant for her to turn up again.
No, we have to meet her. We have to.
Oh, no, you really don't.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, we can.
Save yourself.
It's fine. It's fine. Doris.
So how are
Yes,
you
well-
guys finding the island?
That's pretty nice. It's pretty quiet out here. We have the occasional brightly colored bird. We have the chicken. We also have the seagull, and
A pig.
there are a lot of pigs. Quite a few pigs. Boggert saw a wolf out here the other day, but we've only seen one. I think pigs must have handled it. I don't know. We didn't see it after that.
Yeah, on the mainland there's a scorpion too. I killed it with my bare hands, but for some reason I just couldn't carve it up into nice little chunks to bring it home for dinner.
Oh,
So scorpions you'll fight barehanded, but little waxy plants just knock you out, huh?
Well, it's the smell. It's the allergies, you know.
I think I have a scorpion allergy. I feel like I do. I should. Is it coming on?
be not stung? Yes, but it is a stinger on the tail, isn't it? Yeah, it's stung by one of those.
Yeah,
Don't fancy that.
you just take this spear and you just jab it and you keep a safe distance away from it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I guess?
And then your spear breaks and then you have to punch it with your fist.
Oh. Sounds like a fun time.
But yes, my name's Boggert.
And I'm Boggert, and we're
Well.
twins.
Yeah, we're fraternal twins. I'm the taller one, of course, as you can tell.
Tallest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Boggert is definitely taller.
almost an entire head taller than he is. I don't know why. It's just,
I don't know about entire head.
yes, it sounded good.
I think I'm got a hair's length longer than you.
It's unfair. It's really unfair what he's been doing. He fills his boots halfway with sand and then he just stands on top of the sand inside his boot. Yeah, it's true.
Well, he's also standing slightly uphill from you.
Yeah, uphill.
It's a
This
dirty
isn't
trick.
flat.
A dirty trick you're playing.
Now, which side are you playing? I'm the better
Place-
side.
And he chose the side with all the seaweed too. He's standing up on top of it. He's kicked it all together.
Yeah, I think there's a rock under there. Look at that.
Wow,
unfair.
thanks,
I'm not taking sides.
It's fine,
Stanley.
Boggert. Once you get out to sea and the wind is in your hair, you're taller than her again.
Yeah, look, I've gotten taller as we've been talking. Look, I can look down at you.
You're standing on a rock, silly.
But that's no different than just standing on the sand in your shoes. I don't recommend trying putting sand in your boots to make you taller. It's a really bad idea.
Kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do that.
Oh, you're tall
Yeah,
enough.
you don't need to be. No.
You want to bang your head as you go through the doorways or anything.
Just imagine the struggle he goes through. He doesn't even have his feet in there right, so he's just sort of clutching the sides of the inside of the boot with his toes as he walks.
Standing fully on the tips of his toes,
Right.
sand packed around the foot.
Well, what you
so
also don't know is I'm wearing them backwards, so it gives me extra height because they're not curved to my feet like a normal shoe.
Unfair.
Now you're wearing your boots on the wrong foot now.
Not right. You're cheating. The spear doesn't count as extra height. You're just wearing it for show. No one's gonna believe you're as tall as that spear.
What if you were to have a very tall backpack? Would that count as height?
Oh, why in the world?
No, if it's not actually, part of him, then it doesn't count.
That's right. A backpack's not part of you. How could that make you taller?
So I need to take my shoes off to be compared to you, right?
I guess, if you insist. Since you insisted, don't dump the sand everywhere. We'll have extra sand all over. There you go.
Right. Don't dump the sand on the beach.
And nobody make fun of my 100-year-old feet. They're a little wrinkly.
It's just the sand. It's the wet sand. Look what it does to your feet. You want a warning? Look right there.
Thanks,
And look, you've chased the monkey away with the smell of your feet. It's decided to drown itself in the ocean and stuff.
Oh, poor monkey.
Yep, there it goes.
Oh,
I don't know. It
God.
looks pretty shallow over there. I think it might be okay.
Maybe.
I'm moving
Never
upwind
know.
over here.
Wandering inland now.
A monkey could drown in
What?
it.
The smell of my feet is making you unconscious or obnoxious?
Well, the smell of your feet is the obnoxious part.
I put my
You're
shoes
kidding.
back on.
I love the style of your dress. What kind of shoes do you have on under that? You don't have the lifts as well, do you? The boots filled with the sand so you look extra tall.
No, I got some hide boots. I was gonna show you, but I kind of can't without lifting my skirt up too high.
Not only
Oh,
just
I can't look. I can't look. I'll turn this way.
no one's no. No, we're not lifting skirts. I just wondered it'd be a good idea to. I mean, you could be at least another foot taller under there if you wanted.
True.
So who's your tailor?
I mean, I am. I'm not too bad at stitching things together.
Oh,
So
that's
not
cool.
just Madeline either. She can
Yeah.
sew things.
I mean, not like really, really fancy stuff, but fix things up a little bit.
Is that a flower on your lapel? That's very
Dance and
nice.
top. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I found it on an island that I stopped at yesterday.
It's beautiful. That looks very nice.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't die off too quickly, because then I've got to go and find another one.
No, it looks fine. The salt is probably acting as a preservative if you've been out on the seas for a while.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, if only that would work with our food.
That would be nice.
Chicken is admiring as well. It heard us talking and it said I have to come and take a look at this flower.
Chicken. Does anyone happen to have any meat?
Oh yeah, we have some meat. Boggert, you want to show everyone the way to the foods? We'll head this way.
Oh yes, this way.
I'm hungry.
Come for foods. Everyone's welcome. Let's go.
Thank you.
Stanley's made fresh steaks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We're a bit thrown together at the moment, I'm afraid. It's just whatever you can find.
Right. Are these on any type of conditions to actually make anything in?
Okay, get you a little bowl there and reach into the pot. You should be able to get what you
It
like.
smells delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I needed that.
It's better now, isn't it?
Oh, that's so good.
That's really.
The water's not bad either.
Yeah, it's not as salty as the ocean water.
Oh, that's. I mean, it's
Stanley was
It's
a lot
drinking.
more refreshing than the ocean water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stanley was drinking the ocean water earlier when Boggert took a leak in it.
No one's talking about all of that now. We're talking about the birds.
Yeah, I don't recommend ocean water. It's gonna. Well, it's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not too gross. There wasn't any fish in it today.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible with all Although there's a lot of birds out there, you never know what they're up to. Birds are up to the worst of things most of the time.
Right, this whole island's just inundated with birds. They've been eating all the fish out of the water.
Not a fish around
Ah.
here. No fish. I haven't seen a shark or a manta ray or nothing. It's just empty waters.
Everywhere we go,
Are you
behind every
sure?
tree, there's a parrot, or there's a seagull, or there's an eagle, or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of birds. There's nothing else. Pigs and birds. About
Are you
it.
sure they've not just swum away into, cleaner waters?
The chance of it. There's so many birds here. They probably chased the foul birds have chased away all the fish. There's no reason for them to be here anymore. Too many birds.
Maybe. Yeah.
Plausible.
Nasty birds everywhere, doing what they do. I do like the style of your jacket as well. I didn't mean to leave you out. The sleeves on your jacket are impressive. Yeah, you could hide a
Oh,
whole
thank you.
ham in there.
Madeline made it. I don't know. There's not really that much room in there to hide a ham in there. Not when I'm wearing it, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Very broad shoulders.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But, well, postal work, postal stuff. It puts the broad shoulders on you eventually.
Oh, there's Elias again. Did Elias tell you he's got Employee of the Month?
Employee of the month.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
congrats.
well done.
Yeah, multiple
Thank
months
you.
running.
Xavier and Madeline have never been Employee of the Month.
Yeah, but that's Doris.
Neither
She
have
keeps
you.
putting a block
I
on it.
have twice.
Hello, Doris.
Just because you put your picture up there doesn't mean you were actually awarded.
Okay, it's not my fault. Doris was off sick
Uh,
again.
was she on a medical leave at the time and wasn't able to put the real picture up there? Is that what it was?
Well,
Uh-huh.
since Doris is a very senior HR representative, me is just a junior, When she's not around, I have to do her job, and unfortunately, that falls within her job.
Yeah, so, giving yourself Employee of the Month isn't really,
I'm sorry, I don't recall where I inquired your opinion on that.
I mean, if the picture's there and it doesn't come down, then I'm sure at the new facility you have a little plaque that says Employee of the Month, and then it has a little picture underneath it, probably.
It counts.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be glued on there.
Oh,
Glued on there just like wallpaper, huh? And then you have to scrape it off.
Even scraping it, it's not going anywhere.
So it's almost like it's painted on, and then you have to kind of paint it off.
just have it painted on the wall instead of on a canvas. Just paint it right under the sign, right there on the
It's an
wall.
idea. We could just paint over it.
If you want to sail all the way back and do that, be my guest.
No.
Didn't think so.
Tasked with opening a satellite office, a satellite branch. It sounds very, very interesting to me.
Oh, there was a lot of us, and there's considerably fewer of us since we kind of came through storms and stuff.
Oh no.
Have you been
Oh.
around the outside of the, outside of the like? When you go to the east and like right to the west and all of that, it's scary.
I haven't been there, no. I haven't seen the scariest of the watershed.
Pretty sure that's what ripped apart our ship.
Oh god, that doesn't sound nice. We drove right through the center of a storm today on the ship. We were just diving and heave-hoing through the water. My arms were probably doing that thing like Madeline's with it. Whoa!
You mean like this?
Yeah, like that. I was trying to hold the wheel, but trying to balance myself at the same time. That's not easy.
No, I get that. Sometimes it's hard to, just stay upright, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Balance, self-balance, self-preservation. So you don't get so ill.
May need to add some leather straps to the decking just behind the wheel, so you can sort of slide your feet in. You don't go airborne and start sailing your ship around like a flag in the wind.
That's true. I could put the could put the apron on the other side of the ship wheel and then poke the straps of the apron up and around the wheel and strap them around my neck so that I'm basically the apron is on the outside of the wheel and me and the wheel are inside the apron, so I can't really let go at that point. Yeah, it can't be blown off then.
Yeah, I was thinking of
That's an
another way
idea.
of doing it. Strap a leather strap to her and put her in the water and churn the water with her, and we could get some fish.
Just drag your boots along behind and watch the fish float to the surface. How you like that? There's all kinds of options out there.
It's true.
You know
Yeah,
what
what-
happens if you've got the wheel through your apron, and then we've got to take an evasive maneuver, and suddenly one of us has to grab the wheel and spin it all the way around, and you just keep
And the
clunking
wheel,
your head
hurry.
on the deck as we go around.
Yeah, that could be dangerous. I have to. Yeah,
Just
we have
going
to
head over
rethink.
feet in a circle.
I have to rethink it all. Surely there's some way.
Oh, sounds painful.
So did you say that you were settling here nearby?
For the time being, we've got a little shack.
Right. It's been quite the hive of activity on this island just over here. There's been at least 5 different companies there set up for between 12 to 24 hours and then pack everything up and leave off again.
Yeah, I've run into quite a few people that are just here temporarily. We're moving on, just trying to get our feet on the ground, as it were, and find our feet. That's the one, find our feet. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that as well. There's a lot of people out on the waters not really sure what's happening. They're just
Yeah.
sort of moving from place to place.
Agatha, do you remember me puzzled earlier? I'd seen a black cow on that island, and I went looking for it for the better part of an hour.
That's right.
A couple of those people over there, one of them the doctor. I asked everyone I saw if they'd seen the cow. Everyone said no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after I found the bull, Hugo there, brought him back.
Yeah.
I found my way around that part of the island there. And that doctor had the cow sitting outside of his place. The same
Oh,
black cow.
you weren't gonna notice. Well, that's a very dark purple cow. It just looks like it's black.
That's the only cow on the entire island. And he lied to me to my face, and I'd never seen it before.
Wow.
Was that not?
That's the type of doctor I'm never going to when I feel ill. He might just as soon tell me everything's fine, send me on my way, and I
Yeah.
die 5 steps out the door.
You never know what he's going to tell you.
It's true. Is that Dr. Boone?
Sort of an older gentleman. Long grayish or long white hair.
There's 2 people running across the shore there.
Where? I'm blind.
Hello there.
Yeah, I don't see any. Oh, now I see people.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello, sir. Is that Boggert?
Oh yes. Hey, how you doing?
Good, Boggert. How are you, sir?
I'm doing
these
well.
These
I'm
these
showing
old
this,
folk you told me
this-
about.
This fella Norman here, he's looking to set up shop over there. 5 torches.
Crikey, look at all of them.
Where have you
It's
Where the
like,
hell have you
it's
been?
like a bloody infestation. You'll come out of nowhere. Hey, don't get too close to me. Are
Oh.
you trying to get me?
No. Calm down. We were just over eating by the cooking pot.
Or beating something by the cooking pot? Who were you beating?
No, we were having steaks and some.
You were eating. I'm sorry.
All right,
I thought
Norman. You may put the spear away. You're in good company. All right.
Well,
Yes.
well, what do you expect? It was you and me, and then I heard their voice, and it was you, me, and them, and then everyone else was all of a sudden. It's like they were hiding on us.
Yeah, I think they were just having a meeting and maybe a little bit of tea. I don't know, sir.
Oh
But
yes.
good company. Come on
You're
down now.
welcome.
Come on down there.
You're welcome to have some if you like. We've got some leftovers.
Big pot of stew. It was nice.
Yo,
Am I going to need to talk to Doris about this?
Yeah, is Doris with you, by the way?
What's that now?
Oh, I was hoping Doris was dead. Doris died, right? She
Gee,
didn't
nobody
make it.
likes
Ghosts.
Well, I
Doris.
hope so, because she's not with us.
Not
I
seen
never
her.
saw
Hey,
Doris.
but I didn't mean to be rude, but who are you folk? I know Boggert here. I met with him.
Oh,
a few days
over
ago.
there's my sister, Bogatha. Jump there, Bogatha.
This is me.
Nice
I'm
to meet ya.
jumping. Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Name's Bogatha.
Don't know who the rest of you folk are. Don't think I've met you before. Who might you all be?
Some of these. This is the folk I was looking for. You helped me find them. Thank you so much.
Oh, so you guys are part of the Five Torches city you're looking to set up then, right?
Going postal, I think.
Yeah, going postal, but delivery service, mostly mail, small packages, and not the big stuff. Because
Oh, these
That's
are the only ones that lived. We're all the others.
I haven't seen.
Where's
oh.
Charlie? Where's
Helen from
Tippin?
sorting, she's on the ship.
Where's Tippin? Where's Harold? Where'd they
Not
We'll
go?
seen.
have to go back in Freeport and ask around for them.
Yeah, well, that's where I found Helen and you
Aaron.
know Aaron from accounting.
Yes.
Yeah, he was there, so he's
Good.
back at the shack now.
Good, that's wonderful. I was afraid I was going to be stuck just with you. Or I mean, I'm afraid we were all alone.
I know. Well, we left you a little note on notice board outside the shack. You know, if you found your way there.
I found my way here.
Back
It
soon.
was a hell of a time because I lost my map because it got soaking wet. In my stupid compass, I'll show you.
All right. Well, looks like you're reuniting with your friends there, Norman. I shall let you know. My name is J.B. Farnsworth, Esquire, Master Brewer. I am. We set up on shop with the company called the Fortunate Sons. We're on the far west side of the island there. So, should you need anything, we are looking for a shovel and a bucket. We'd be willing to trade if you guys should come across such a thing.
I
They
may
did.
have a bucket.
So
I mean, if
shovels at the Freeport, I saw him.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's 5 silver. I did see a bucket and shovel.
daylight robbery. That's what it is.
Yes.
Right.
Last time I
right.
saw the buckets sold out.
Well, we've been able to produce one, and we've got a farm we're working on, and we could use a bucket for some milk. So,
Right. It's a damn shame having a cow over here and no bucket to milk it with.
right.
I just want to lay right
Well-
under there and squeeze
Your
some
milk.
milk into my mouth.
Just what's wrong with?
Yeah, that's why you're part
there
of the
it is.
oddities, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to start the bidding on this bucket.
Battle.
We'll give you
I
one
only
silver.
payment in grappling hooks.
Oh,
Grappling hooks. Good lord.
a wonderful thing.
I'll give you one
The
silver. for that
medallions up
bucket.
there, typical self.
I give you 4 silver.
Yeah, 4 silver.
Oh, I
About
really
five and a
want
half
the grappling
silver.
hook.
I have a grappling hook you can have.
Have a
The
grappling hook?
bucket, Norman.
What would I do with a bucket?
Well, I don't know.
I'd
That looks
sell
a
it
good
to them
gentleman.
for 2 grappling hooks.
Ah, good thinking.
Of course it's good thinking, I thought of it.
Yeah, fair point.
Okay.
Who's giving her a hook for the pail?
So 1 silver,
Look, she said grappling hook.
grappling hook. No, can't make one.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll be back then. I'm gonna go get me a hook and then get myself a pail. Ha ha ha. If I can remember where I am.
tell you what, old chap, I'll charge you the price of that bucket to show you back to your raft. I'm just
Crikey.
joking.
That's not right.
I'm just
All right,
playing,
give him the bucket then, and I'll come
Oh.
and get your hook and he'll show me back to my ways.
Nah,
don't want to
wouldn't
get
do
lost
that to you.
again.
I'm just tugging your leg. It's all right.
It's a good deal, sir, because I've been sailing around. I don't have a map and my compass is broken. If you can get me back to my raft, I'll take that deal.
You might have to find you a compass that actually works.
That'd be nice. You know, anyone who knows about compasses and maps.
Not really.
Cartographer, sir, I do apologize.
Oh,
someone who-
wait.
Make a sextant. Maybe when
there's-
I can have a sextant, that would be better.
I've seen one of those at the Freeport again. Is they're charging an absolute fortune. But
Right, give
Wade,
him the pail, and I'll go get the hook,
Okay.
and you show me. That's what you wanted, right?
Just out of curiosity, what skill do you need to know to be able to make a bucket? I've been quite perplexed with this.
I don't
think
know. I
it's
bought,
called make bucket
bought-
skill.
Bucket master.
That's my.
Did you
that's my
call
thought.
me?
I think it may be under kind of a skill that you pour water into a bucket and throw it overboard. It's probably
Buccaneer it.
Yeah, buccaneering.
Oh, yep, that's it, Buccaneer.
Yes, well,
Yes. My buccaneer is word
do
too.
that.
All right. Okay, are we doing this? I want to go and get more rest. You
if
bring
that's
it-
what you want to do, yeah.
Are you giving him the pail?
Okay, but you got to make sure you show Norman to his rasp.
And no,
I'll
no
take a-
sending me to
So
a
it's on my
wrong
way
rest.
home, so he'll be in good hands. Don't worry.
Pirate raft. I don't want to go home, pirate raft. All right, let's go. I'll
All
get
right,
you
follow me,
your-
Norman. Pleasure
Okay,
meeting all of you.
if he doesn't come back, I'm going to
You,
bloody name.
you
No need to make threats. You'll be fine.
you just lost a
What does that
bucket from
Doris
that.
have?
Yeah, I know.
Could've had a
Easy
bucket and
come,
a-
easy go.
Well, it was only worth a bucket.
We start.
Here's the thing, right? It's got a hole in the bottom.
Oh, so it's getting ready to kick the bucket, right?
Kind
That was
of.
a good one.
It's time.
But that's just between us, okay? I mean, he'll find out soon enough.
You'll know eventually. But it'll be too late then.
Yep, he would have already shown, Norman to his raft.
Yeah, that's right. Just tell him that. Ah, yeah.
Was his raft actually here, or was it somewhere else?
I
I
Maybe
assume
we
it
should
was
have asked
here.
that.
I was gonna say, yeah, it'd be bad if they start sinking and then he goes to use the bucket and then
Uh-oh.
And if his compass is broken and he's going to his raft to get it, then I guess is he coming back this way? Will he get lost again?
yeah, that's a
Guarantees
yeah.
me
We
fast.
probably should have guaranteed he came back.
So I guess kicking the bucket is the proper term for that.
Sounds right.
No, we're out one bucket.
Yeah. Like I said, it had a hole in, so wasn't much use anyway. Oh, here's a question. Does anybody want to buy one of these?
Oh, look at that.
Is that one of those drinking? Oh, yeah, it's one of those drinking flasks.
Look at that. It's
Oh, no, you can see stuff like far away, and
That's-
it doesn't look as far away.
You're not putting that to your eye. You're putting that to your mouth. That's one of those hollowed out. Yeah.
You drinking on the job again?
One of those tricks.
No drinking on the job.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
But yeah, we may have acquired one or two extra.
Elias or Stanley, did you want a drinking flask?
I don't have any grappling hooks.
oh, no.
Right, same thing here
That's
as well.
okay. I wasn't going to charge a grappling hook for one of them because they're just not worth it. Maybe. What did I say earlier? 1 silver?
1 silver.
1 silver. The company's
maybe
got
get,
about 4
like,
right
1
now.
silver for 2.
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind buying one.
Yeah, absolutely. They're on the ship.
Oh, that's all right. I gotta go and grab some silver from my place anyway.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Okay. Xavier, you can go and get them for us, can't you?
Fine.
I mean, I have one on me, so
Oh, thanks.
I apologize. I'm going to step away for a moment as well.
Oh, sure.
So there we go. There's 1.
How
Can't
many do we
remember
need?
where we parked. I just bring a few. Grab a handful.
That way.
Oh, we ran the other side of there.
There's a ship out there I don't recognize. Go straight the way I'm looking.
Is that by
I have a
the?
feeling that's ours.
See the glow of our little lantern thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're parked in front of the sign that says 5 torches, but there's only 4 torches there.
What if
But
that
there's one on our ship.
Oh, problem solved.
completes the story?
And there's a spare.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! There's an extra torch. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, it's fully fueled up and ready to go too. It won't burn out
Huh?
anytime soon.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's best torch there is.
Yes. Well, thank
Claiming
you.
best torch on.
Yep.
Did you have one of those little, did you have one of those little tables that allows you to put on different types of clothing and stuff, try on different clothings? Some little blueprints possibly in it, I don't know. Let me go get one.
Possibly make one.
Oh, I just have extra. I didn't know if you needed one.
Oh. I think we've got one. We've got one back at the shack, haven't we?
Sure. I don't know what we're talking about.
The table outside.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It wouldn't fit inside.
Yeah.
He's stealing your ship.
Ugh. God damn it.
Do you think he's bringing it closer because he can't bother to run back?
Probably. And it seems like he's getting further away.
Maybe.
No, it's getting closer.
It's okay, I'll wave to him so he knows where we are.
Oh my god.
It's one of those items there. Oh, look at that.
I believe we have one.
Alright. Well,
Yeah, that's
that what
we've
we
got
have?
one of those just outside the door of our shack.
wonderful. We just happen
Thanks
to have
anyway.
Oh, you're welcome. That is going to be the first visitor to the museum.
Yeah.
Not even ready yet.
I'm gonna have to get
Are
some
we
better
able to
tools
work in
to.
progress?
Yeah, sure. We can go tour what's happening at the museum if you like. Can wait till it's lighter outside if it's too dark for you.
It is kind of
No.
dark, isn't it?
Spooky in the dark.
True. Hold on, Norman's gonna come back and not know where we are.
Norman.
Oh.
Need a new one because you gave yours away.
Needed one for that lady that's gone.
So one more.
I think so.
That other lady was looking to talk to Boggert and Boggatha, but I didn't get her name.
Oh no, the one who was just here?
Yes.
Okay, I think she's on that far island over there.
Yeah, she's
Window.
working on a museum, art museum.
Oh. Becoming a museum island.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
museums.
It's going to be a place to see.
There will be a lot of sea here, yeah.
Be seen. Ooh.
Be seen in B5.
That's the news.
Where the hell was Norman's raft?
I don't know.
Sounds like it was on the other side of the island or something. The man who brought him here said they lived on the far side of the island, all the way over.
Yeah, it's a good swim over that way.
Yeah, this little cluster of islands is confusing.
I
Why?
lose my bearing all the time.
Well, we live on one of the little offshoot islands, and every time I'm like trying to find it, I end up going between the mainland and the island that we're on, and I just completely miss that it's there.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that it right over that way, or is that a different one?
Couldn't tell you.
Could be.
I think so, because it has one of those pillar things. Pillar
You know
rock.
what?
Direction is that the
It's
south?
anyone's
Yeah, sure.
guess.
Probably.
A pillar, you said? A pillar. Like when you go to bed and you need a pillar?
No, that like really tall, you know.
Oh.
I don't think that would be comfortable to sleep on.
No, probably not. It's not the same kind at all.
No.
Yeah, that pillar over there kind of looks like the head of the pillar at the Freeport. Looked like somebody was trying to carve out the skull and the face into it, but never got all the way through.
Oh, yeah, there's another one right there. It's unusually tall and very skinny around the bottom.
You'd think they'd topple over, wouldn't you?
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So how was everyone else's day?
Elias has been real good. You want to show him the tool that I got at Freeport for you?
Ooh,
Look at that
No.
thing.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's fan.
Yeah,
What do you use
He
that for?
also got me this.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, some gentleman came up, running up to me at the Freeport and said, "You deserve this." And he says, "I'm out, I'm out, I'm out." And he just kept throwing everything out of his pockets and even like 15 silver.
Wow.
Nice. Sorry that took so long to name on my phone.
And you still beat Norman.
Oh, good.
There's that for you.
Next time we need to make sure that we count them when we buy them.
Yeah, you should probably count them next time you buy them, Madeline.
Wasn't anything to do with me. Just woke up to see like 20 spyglasses in a box.
I think you'll find there was 30.
Oh god.
I thought I was buying 3, but you know, there was a few stuck together. I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, did you buy him at the Freeport? That man sometimes, if you don't have the right change, he's like, I don't want to speak to you. You need to give me the right coin.
Yeah.
And then one guy tried to sell us a raft, and we said no, we want a sloop.
Ah. Nobody tried to sell us a raft, did they?
No.
I just got on a plank of wood.
It was loads of fun. It took us how many hours to get away from there on that plank?
Yes.
And then we finally got to an island and I just felt sleepy all the time.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I've got an allergy, but then everyone seemed to fall asleep. Weird.
Long day.
And we even met some guys that didn't even know what trees look like.
No, like there's no trees on this
Mhm.
island. I can see like 7 trees from here. You're blind.
Yes, we also noticed those nice docks that you put down kind of sucks the life out of the land a little bit, and so the trees don't really respond back.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's why we're building way out.
Okay, that makes sense.
I
That may
forget.
be Norman.
Is that Norman? He went all the way over to the lady's house over there, and now he's trying to make his way through the channel.
He should be able to get through there.
Bless him.
Oh, how I don't miss sailing on one of those.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for your ship, and you moved it from him, so now he's totally confused where that ship's at.
Those things just don't turn.
He has better chance of just sinking it.
So true. Can probably swim quicker than one of those things.
That's
probably
true.
Now all I see is sunlight.
If only we had a flare.
Now we just hide and you tell them that we left.
Oh, and then he's our problem now, right?
Special delivery. It's Norman.
Wow. So what's Norman good for?
When we find out, we'll let
You know,
you know.
stuff.
I mean, he tries to do stuff, but
He
not
likes
really
food.
found out what he's good at yet.
You know what? He's got a good heart and he's dedicated worker to something. He dedicates himself to something.
Dedicated to something. That's always nice.
Possibly he's dedicated to being dedicated.
Another ship that just went past the rock as well.
There's a lot of ships in and around here. See quite a few
Also
going
sails.
through. Ah, there's a ship.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
sails. I wasn't crazy.
Oh,
The bear.
Oh, I hope they're not trying to pirate the poor little man there.
no, surely not.
No,
What
they
can
got
you-
a light at the back of their ship. I want one.
Keep an eye on people. You never know.
We thought you got lost.
Well- You all almost did. I forgot we had to swim a little bit to get here. But anyway,
Uh-oh, they're
You're
coming
fine.
in.
it,
Coming in hot.
My goodness. Hello.
you're gonna need
I
someone
really
to
didn't
know.
think they'd stop in
it.
time.
It looks like it's about to break too. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sure we can patch up.
I saw that guy on the other side, and I was like, "Don't come in here. It's too shallow."
Oh god.
They're still gonna try, it looks like.
Got a huge lantern on the back.
Hey, look
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
what I'm saying. I want one of those.
You can see where you've been.
I think we've all been guilty of that at time with you. I don't think I'll fit in there. but I'm gonna try anyway.
I feel like that with my pants sometimes.
Look at you.
Xavier's all fancy.
Xavier, is that your name?
Yeah.
You come up with that yourself?
Nope.
Xavier. Kinda sounds like Xavier. Were you a religious man?
No, definitely not.
What? Who's the boss around here? Where's Doris?
I don't know.
Not seen her.
Hopefully we.
Oh, I hope she died. What
I
then?
think she was with you. I tell you what. If we better hope she's dead, because if she turns up and finds out we didn't, stay at the free port and wait for us.
Wait for her. Oh shit.
She's probably on a ship herself. You know, she's like.
She's on the ship herself and she'll have us put, oh my god, to the whip or something. What? So who has the
Definitely
paperwork?
There you go. Here you go. Gotta stop leaving these bits of paper everywhere.
There you go, Elias. See who that is.
Well, let's wait for low.
Oh.
Not.
Oh, yes, wave like that.
Huh?
Let's scare them out.
Oh, thank you.
Strangers.
Is everyone okay? You all okay?
Why are they all so naked?
Why? Why?
Are you okay? You have no clothes.
You're
I thought
saying
you guys were
they're
opening
naked.
like a museum. I didn't realize it was like a strip club thing going on.
Is this a nudist beat?
No.
They've got their shorts
No.
on.
Did you guys get to rob too?
No.
No.
Oh no, Honk, we just got to rob. This is so sad.
I feel like it's just raining and you're not crying.
No, these are tears in the rain.
Okay, that makes them double sad. I'm sorry.
Elias, do you have any extra set of rags or something we can give these gentlemen?
No, we don't want to impose. We were just checking on you guys. You know, make sure that those pirates did not get to you also.
Oh, we haven't seen any pirates in these waters.
Oh,
No.
actually,
It
no,
was-
that's crazy. I did. What was we had 3 grappling hooks and they're just gone. It's the nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Oh.
have any?
Grappling hooks? No.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We just sailed.
It was a big ship. It was called the Decky. I don't know why. Everyone aboard was all sing-songy. It was awkward.
That's something.
Yeah, they
A
wanted
musical
our
pirate?
clothes because. Yeah, what?
Musical pirate?
I guess not the musical. There was no song, but you know they kind of had like a way of talking, you know.
Well, it seems like a lot of people have a way of talking.
Hey, that's weird. So my name is
Weird.
You confused me. What? Go ahead.
What?
I'm Xavier. Nice to meet you. You confused me.
That's,
Yeah, it's
that's
nice
not my
to meet
name.
you. Confusing.
No, okay, that's fine. You can call me whatever. That's fine. I'm having like the worst day of my life. You guys are making jokes. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't fair. But at
That was-
least you still got your shit.
Yeah, so, we were like, no, please don't sink the ship. So they took our clothes because we run a laundry business, and our clothes all smell good. So they took them.
oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh, a laundry
But
business.
Tell you what, I got you covered.
No, I'm actually
And,
not covered.
Don't spend it all at once.
This is okay. Okay, thanks. That's fine. I can. Actually, the Navy is over exorbitant prices. We cannot get nothing. What's this?
They're just used rags, but you're welcome to them.
Are these yours? I don't know if they'll fit
What?
freaking,
What's that?
is it pants
What do you mean?
and stuff? You guys need a clothes? You can grab
I
them.
don't think your pants are gonna fit them, Xavier.
Yeah, this is it. I'm trying to make a sizes and stuff. Whose
bit
clothes are these?
confusing.
I mean, they've
These
got
are yours?
little
Yes,
chicken legs.
they're mine. We look about the same height. I think I may
Yeah, I might
be a
able
little
to stretch
taller.
into these. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little taller than him, so he may have them a little short around the ankles.
Are you seriously trying to lie about your height again, dude?
How does
I
this
am
look?
taller.
No, they're capris on me. That's fine.
Tallest.
They don't fit me.
Oh no.
See,
Oh,
It's
nice.
fine.
see. You look at his ankles there; they're rolled up there, because it didn't go all the way to the length of me. See, I'm
Oh, no.
taller.
Small. For me,
I
that's
couldn't
the
get
biggest
these
small.
tight pants all the way down.
As,
These may be big.
Ah, there's a lot of birds on this island. You weren't kidding, Boggert.
yes, he may be allergic to that wispy, sugary flour
Thank you.
over there on the coast. He's real close to it, so he's probably honking because of he's allergic.
Maybe.
What is the name of
probably
this
got the
island?
code. You know, you're the first moderately nice people we've met. We just went to the free port. You know, we were trying to hire some crew members. You know, for the ship. It's a lucky we did before we got robbed.
You hear that? Moderately
Please,
nice. Write
fancy.
that down.
Oh no.
Moderately nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Do you think we can put that on any sort of advertisement?
Oh,
Yes,
I'm telling
well,
Doris.
you need to put that on your
Moderately
Yelp rating. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, another of our associates does island reviews and like restaurants and event reviews and stuff. He publishes it. It's a wonderful.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
We will
I
deliver
can get
that
you an
for him.
official review.
If you ever need those reviews delivered, we got you covered.
What do you mean delivered?
We're postal. We go in postal. We deliver things. Go postal don't mean we're angry all the time. It means that we deliver
okay.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, like letters and
Packages.
Yeah,
It's not
that's fair.
always shit.
leaflets and small packages, not big ones.
Really simple
Too hard.
names.
You run a postal. Okay. Hold on.
What?
Simple
That could be.
names.
We don't know
Lot
you.
of, lot of bad storms out there. Could be someone. I don't know.
Bloody hell. Yeah, I see someone.
That's very good.
Is this enough to deliver that to the furthest person away you can see? Is that enough?
You want?
How are we supposed to
Live-
see somebody like really far away?
If you
No,
might-
just
Toward them.
I mean, my eyesight's not
yeah.
that
You
good.
just pick a person who's the farthest away. You deliver that to him.
All right.
I think Mr.
I gotta
Computer
test the
got
service,
this
you know.
way.
You say you were robbed. I don't like the sound of that.
Here you go, sir. My name is. You were the furthest away from me. There's your tooth.
That's my
Oh,
tooth,
seriously,
actually.
what?
They knocked it out when they
We
punched me.
Ew.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Don't-
First job completed.
How it works. You pay us, we deliver.
What about the laundry?
We can deliver your laundry, no problem. Who you
Ooh.
want me
My
to
laundry.
deliver to?
Ooh.
No, we run the laundry. Maybe you could have the laundry delivered to us. You know, we wash it and send it back.
So,
That sounds
so I
good.
have a
Very
question for
full on.
Go Postal. If I send them my dirty boots and it goes over to the laundry people, and the laundry people will clean them, you'll deliver them back to me?
I mean, we're a delivery service, not a courier. So, you know, if they come to us, we can then deliver it from the sorting office. But we don't really do pickups.
How much will they pay? How
For
much
enough
you
money,
pay?
maybe.
Do I?
That's what I say a lot. What?
I guess maybe it depends, if you're gonna pay a hourly fee to wait there while it's laundered and then bring it back.
It's what he paid for his delivery.
Nice.
Wait, what the balls?
What?
Alright.
Those are some nicer clothes.
Yeah, they're really nice. Thank you.
Elias made them. He does excellent work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just have pants.
Huh.
Did you need one of these
kind of
as well?
What kind of material is it this? What's it this?
Yeah, do you need one of those? I don't know if that's
I
something
don't
you
think I can
use.
use this.
What?
That's a fine. It's just a table.
Yeah, well, it's a table for making different types of clothing. I think
don't
all
know
the
how to make a
tools are
clothes. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know how to stitch in your laundromat?
Well, we fix them. We don't make them. I don't have a patterns and stuff.
I thought you were doing laundry and you don't do repairs or anything. That's what the little
Just to say.
tables. Oh,
Look for that pig.
Yeah, I could not to make you some clothes. I cannot to make up a clothes, but I got the snag in your dress or something. I can stitch it. That's fine.
yeah, that's what the table's for.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm careful.
Oh.
Hey, parachute.
Stupid pig was running into us. Oh, I thought, oh, stupid pig.
I appreciate that.
If y'all don't mind, I'd like to clean it up a little bit so that so we can have a fresh steaks on the Barbie.
Sounds good.
You sure that's
Wouldn't want
steak?
anyone to get blood on the clothes. 'Cause I don't know anyone that does laundry.
I don't know.
Well. What's the happen? I do a laundry?
Confused does laundry. That's cool. Where is his laundry service?
It's in D2, the biggest D. It's on the south. You got the no. Okay, your directions. Okay. Southeast island.
Southeast Island.
Northeast side.
North side of the island.
It looks like a scissors.
You want us to deliver you some scissors there? All right.
I got a pair of
scissors. And we'll do that for again.
I got scissors he can have now if you save him on the postal charge.
Hey, what the hell? You shut your mouth. We're trying to do business here. What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to get him for a grappling hook.
You want me to escort this guy out to here? I can do it, That's fine.
I couldn't believe what you just said.
Come on.
Well, you could just not do business with these folk, he says.
Yeah, go on, girl.
Yeah, that was
good.
Have him delivered out of here.
Do you have a destination?
Oh, we can do that if you.
We don't deliver. No, we don't deliver people, Madeline. Jesus.
We don't deliver people anymore.
That's called
Do you have a
kidnapping.
big box?
Anymore.
Because if we don't know what's in it, we can't open it. So the box is big enough.
That is true. If you do put a person in a box, we're
Just
legally
make sure they
obliged not to.
get. Make sure they.
Right, I'll keep it in mind.
Are you guys like a cutting edge fashion people?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
I noticed. I noticed there's like a hoop kind of cage thing in this code. That's a wonderful.
Hoop.
It's something.
Yeah, Madeline did it.
Pretty sure that's his tummy.
I'm going to
that?
get over here with the cutting edge fashions. I'm going to stand here.
Adeline did it. Adeline did it. Whatever
thought I should
trouble
go
we're
there then.
in, Adeline did it.
Oh, don't blame me.
Cutting edge lineup. Ah, there you go.
Wow.
Um,
Wow, this is amazing. I feel so underdressed.
Call us.
And
you
you're
should be
so
so.
wonderful.
What
You're
part
about
of
dressed
showing up
now.
naked is not underdressed, sir? Seriously?
Yeah, you're twice as dressed now.
Did we have a competition?
Is it true?
I think
Competition.
I'm immersed the dress here. I only have pants.
What?
What?
I don't. Okay, that's fine.
I said
Anyone
I
know
only
what
have
that guy
pants.
just said?
no idea.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, that's
He
good.
says he just had pants.
Oh.
I had to get an interpreter.
Yeah,
How's that
that's
working
my
for you?
job.
What we're going to do is have a competition for the cutting edge fashion. We'll line up and then you stand in front of whoever you think has the most cutting edge fashion out of the group.
What?
I don't know
what's
unless
my
we're getting
prize
like
when I
rated on
win?
this street.
A stylist table.
Everything is a
I already have
rating.
that. That's fine.
Let me see what else I have. I have some maps. You want some maps?
No.
There's a... Well,
You want clothes?
You got the wood?
good.
We need a wood, we need a clothes, and we need a ladders.
Ladders. Stanley, get over here. Line up your cutting edge.
Yes, get over here.
No, what are we doing with the cutting edge?
Okay.
I
We're,
didn't cut anything.
we're having a
I'll
styling
pass this on to our
costume.
antiquities holder.
Oh, the mummy, or just nature cold.
Okay. Not on our ship, though. Okay, let's just see. Cutting edge of fashion. You know, English is my second language. You know, you might not know it because I speak it so well. But, you know, I spent some time studying before I started. Well, my mom started the laundry. But, you know, before I took it over, you know, I studied some, like, clothes and stuff. So, yeah, this is the perfect job for me.
All right, well, we're gonna have a competition. You stand in front of who you like, but we're gonna measure it by how many people standing in front of who.
You got the ragged kind of look. That's nice, but you got mud shoes. Okay. Oh yeah, see the back. That's a good. Okay.
Hey, you want to silver
Yeah,
back?
I like the metal under that one. Let's see. Let's look around. Okay.
Bam! This the back, the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks familiar, but you know, not with the mud shoes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Toe shoes. I got the toe.
Skirt. You know, we had this discussion. Can I get around it? It's a bigger hoop. It's a perfect.
But for the water, so shed the water away from the body.
Okay, we got the nice accents. We got the nice beads. Okay, that's a fan. Looks like a good stitching in a junk.
Mr. Booten here, there's a little
Well,
flowers
hold
in the
on.
lapel.
Cutting edge.
I see. I get it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you got the fanny pack. That's wonderful.
Well, you can fit a lot in there.
Okay.
You know.
Is that the sword in your pocket?
Maybe.
Interesting. Okay, that's fine.
Stand in front of who you like the most. Yeah. Stand in front of who you like the most. Whoever gets the most people standing.
Well, Chad, this is the most annoying RP killing experience the nice thing about it is I got my vitamins back. Just because I can't get a stupid bucket to milk a cow.
What, hoop skirt or flower? Hoop or
The little flower, look at that. Who could pass that
Don't
up?
mess this up. Okay.
Alright, I think the winner is clear. Alright. Uh-oh.
So close.
You missed by one. One.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
not
guess
fair.
she stitched it, so technically,
She wins the other way.
So I win either
yeah.
way. Nice.
No, you bought our votes. Don't worry.
The designer's a winner.
How'd that
Alright.
voting go for you, Mr. Confused?
Very good. Oh, well, we've had our first competition.
Rigged?
What?
I can't believe you bribed them.
No,
Yeah, how
no,
could
he
you
did
bribe
not
them,
do
Morgan?
yet. He did
I
not
didn't-
yet, but soon.
I don't have any money. I didn't bribe anyone.
Did you bribe him for a grappling hook?
I wish. I wish I could bribe people for grappling hooks.
I've never heard of
Yeah,
anyone
but
bribing
if you have a
someone to
glider,
lose.
I would gladly take a glider as a bribe.
You guys.
You said something
you guys
about a
got the
glider.
animals?
Yeah, I want a glider.
Glider?
I want to glide, but I don't have a glider, so I'm sad.
You're too big to glide. That's aviation.
No, I'm my own parachute. I just spread my arms and legs and I fall slowly.
Oh.
I told you you were an otter. That's what I thought.
Are those the parachute pants of some sort?
No, those are not my pants. Those are his pants.
I thought maybe you went head down and the pants filled with air or something.
As
Yeah,
a,
but
a
that's
bit
not
of a,
glider.
But
bit of
I
a
need
side
special
note,
pants.
does anyone have any fish or milk, maybe, or?
We
Oh,
got
I
a
only
cow.
the
You
salt.
just need to.
We got the rod.
We need a bucket to get the milk out of the cow. The cow's very
Unfortunately, somebody sold the
I
bucket
hope you guys do better soon.
for Norman.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I'll take it.
The end of us.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Actually, now that you say that, I find bucket for sale.
Oh, the bucket.
Ooh, that's
Can we test it
There's
on
a
the
nice
cow
bucket.
first?
Can we,
There you go,
can we
well,
sell
yeah.
it so that we can get some milk so that I can drink it?
You can test it out and see, make sure there's no holes in it.
I'm feeling a little queasy.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll be right back.
Let me just place this with you. We go.
Losing does that to you sometimes,
Sure.
There's always tomorrow.
Wait, is there another competition tomorrow?
No, she's gonna put
There's
herself
got
up on
to
a
be
podium.
a morning after.
Oh.
There's
how much?
Someone standing in the water over there.
I feel
Yeah,
light.
menacingly.
I feel very light on my feet when I hold this bucket. I feel like I can really jump with a bucket in my hand.
No, you didn't spill any of it on the way back, did you?
Pretty amazing. No, no.
Insane.
Hello, birds. Bye, birds.
So, how much did you guys lose when you got robbed? Like, what were you carrying?
we had we had all of our metal tools, our clothes. We had some fish. You know, we don't have a fish on the island, so we had to fish it up. We had you know those like a boxes you get from the like a crab in the ocean, like those boxes. We had like a 6 of those, but you know this is not really worth anything. And what was it, like 24 silver left or something?
You're not supposed to
Weird
take
going.
those. They're packages that have obviously fallen off a mail ship.
Oh,
No, we take them
You
to the
need to bring
Freeport
those
and
to
set 'em
us
up.
to deliver.
Oh, to you?
the
You don't have a
initial
signs
delivery.
up. How are we supposed to know?
Well,
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
We don't have a sorting office. We can't take all this post on right now.
We have to
But
have a
we
lost
will
packages.
eventually.
Lost packages
Okay.
drop off.
Exactly. Yeah. And then if they're not claimed within how many days is it? Is it 14 days? It's 14 days, isn't it? If they're not claimed within 14 days, then we can have a little auction.
That seems a bit long. I'd probably go
So
closer to
long,
like
you
2 or
guys.
3.
Seriously, who said the water?
Join us for the
Yeah,
bi-weekly postal
I think he's
auction.
got a fish. I'm not sure.
He's walking very slow. It's scaring me.
Yeah, he's been walking for like 10 minutes.
That's terrifying.
He likes to be dramatic sometimes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Emerging from the ocean.
What the music instrument I would play it.
He never was that speedy.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh no, he's coming right at us.
Is there a discount attached to the packages that he delivers? Since they tend to take a bit more time en route.
Well, it's not often left alone with them. We'll just say that.
So do you call that postal service?
Mail unsupervised.
You call that
Oh,
snail
he's not
mail?
in charge of same-day delivery because that won't happen.
Yeah, he doesn't do the next day or the same.
Oh, perfect. We like that
Lucky
2-day
that's
delivery.
Like next week. Free.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the delivery. It's fine.
I mean, the packages always get there. Just
Yeah.
you know.
When they get there.
Hopefully it's not perishable items. They may spoil by now.
I'm not spoiled. What are you talking about? I had a hard childhood. Who are you to say I'm spoiled?
I'm not saying you're spoiled.
I'm not sure that's what they meant, Norman.
I was talking about the package, if it had perishable items in it.
I'm sorry, my fault.
All good.
Who's Morgan?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, do you want me to meet you halfway?
You're willing to meet me in the middle?
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
could do it, Norman.
for everything, isn't it?
We can pick step up for you if you need. You need like a porters. We can earn some cash or something.
No, I just got to make sure she has this. It's all.
Okay.
Wow, you've been busy.
I'm a hard-working soul. I am. That's all I do. Work. I like it. Keeps my mind steady, you know.
Yeah. That's us too. You know, we're building a whole business from the ground up. I understand it completely.
Yeah, you know, those long nights when you're sitting alone and you're like, I wish I had someone here I could beat the hell out of and throw into this fire. And then you're like, I better not think this way and go back to work. You too.
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, no, I understand you. I accept you.
Okay, note to self: don't put fire in the sorting office. No fires.
Why would you have a fire
Next
in
to
the
the
sorting
mail, no.
office?
Fireplace.
There could be like a berm.
Some documents need to be get rid of. You know.
Okay. Speaking of, you guys who went to berm?
Want to be a bum? Is that what you said?
No, you want a berm.
Explosive.
A bum?
Yes.
I've kind of got my own bum.
I'm right back.
Okay. We can
Well,
hook you up, but you know it's not the cheap.
You guys have hooks?
We don't
Ooh.
have a hooks. We got the like a sickle and an axe and a whatever the other thing is.
The hatchet?
Wouldn't say no to an axe.
No, it's our last asset though. After we got robbed, I have
the
to trade the
robbery.
stupid landlord, so you know it would be like worth a lot of wood or something, you know.
I wish you weren't around.
If only I had a nice hatchet to get you some wood. That sucks.
You need a nice hatchet.
Yeah, I've not got any wood.
You can get them at the free port.
So have you been enjoying
How
playing
much is it?
Atlas?
I don't know.
Heart's pretty good at it.
Okay, good looking out.
Daylight robbery, that's what it is.
Is
Shopping
it
is
ticking
shopping.
yet still?
What?
It
What?
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got the bomb. Once we whipped this bomb out, you know, all the pirates were like, "Oh, we got to go," and they jumped off our ship. That's how we got them out. But you know, then we had to defuse it, so it didn't have to blow up our ship.
It's not fair for you to put that on the ground while I'm
You probably shouldn't tell people it's diffused, though, you know. But
Yeah, probably
I can
not.
refuse it. Want it refused?
Tell the pirates that.
Not right now. Not with all
not
these
right
people
now, but
around.
you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait, what did I miss?
The bomb.
The bomb.
Why are you hiding behind me?
Why not? What? Who else could block the blast as well as you? We're the same size. Yeah, look at that.
No, I'm taller.
Well, I feel bad that you guys were, you know, robbed and all that.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know, there we go. Hopefully that'll help a little bit.
This is okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me just ask real quick. What's that? The weird structure thing that's the duck. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You wouldn't happen to have any more of that milk, would you?
I've got some still.
I get a little bit of that.
About the building with the windows in it, the weird structure.
Have you got another one?
Yeah.
Take some off Xavier. Unless he drinks it all.
Time to fill up water. Oh yes, the building over there is going to be the museum. We're building Oddities Museum.
Yeah, we're gonna have,
Oddities.
yeah, they're being delivered eventually.
thanks.
Having a hard time making it here, but we're gonna do an Oddities Museum filled with unusual things and warnings to keep you safe on the seas, so that you know what to
Is
look
that
out
like-
for.
Excuse
Like
me,
a
sorry.
mythological antiquity?
Sort of. It's the strange and unusual things you may not have seen before, and things that may be dangerous, those sorts of things.
So like Doris, when she picks up a pen and starts writing a bloody letter, and somebody's getting the boob.
Except
Doris.
other people don't use real blood like Norris does.
Oh.
That's true.
Who's a Norris?
Doris.
Doris is the
She's the
woman
head of
that's
HR.
yes. She was the one that sent the Go Postal people into
Doris.
these waters to set up camp.
We put that where we need to put it for when we need to use
I
it.
see. Okay, gotcha.
On star.
Okay, so you got like a post office, delivery and a staff, and also a museum. You know, once we get back on our feet, you know, is there anything you guys might be looking for in the staff? Besides the grappling hooks?
And a
You my
bucket.
girlfriend. Yeah, you do my girlfriend's laundry. It would be nice.
Okay, who's your girlfriend?
I don't know. You got a sister?
No, I got
You
the
got a
mom.
single aunt or anything?
A mom, but you know she's a little old.
Oh, I don't care about that kind of thing. She's probably settled and I wouldn't have to work so hard anymore.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Her name is Jasmine.
Work hard.
You can swing by and you know say what's happening.
Well, your Auntie Jasmine, she likes swingers, does she?
No, it's my mom, but
Your
after
mother?
you said the swinging apart, maybe not.
No, your mother, she's not a swinger. Well, that's probably handy then.
Uh-huh. She's a nice old lady. She started up the business over 20 years ago.
She sounds nice, like she's a hard worker. You know, no shame in hard work, they say.
Uh-huh, yeah. I can put the mailbox at the front, and you can like drop off her letters if she's not there, and you know, like send her letters and stuff.
Whoa, her name is Jasmine.
Her name is Jasmine.
It sounds so fancy. I like that name. It makes me feel like I want to be near her, or we just be comfortable and at peace all the time.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Mostly it
that.
makes me feel like I'm scared, but she's my mom, so that's how it works, you know?
Well, yeah, you're a skinny little short chap, though, you are.
What?
Well, I'd be scared of everything if I was your size.
Oh no.
You want to go, son, buddy, guy?
Hey, there's no way to talk to you if you're just stepdad.
Yeah, it could be.
What do you want to do again? Are you
Stepson
sure?
someday.
Fight me? Is that what you just said?
No, I'm not just saying we need to fight, but you're like insulting me and my mom.
I said if I looked like you, I would be scared, and that's the truth.
Don't injure
You're
your
gonna be mad at me
stepson.
for telling you the truth?
You make Jasmine angry.
What?
I mean,
No,
you're
we're the
never
same
gonna
as
win
us.
Jasmine over by beating up her son.
But
the
no
same
one, there's a
as
pig.
us,
There's a pig
but
there behind you.
you
Going for you.
You got like 1,900 extra pounds.
I just pooped in front of me.
What? You watch yourself, fella. I was trying to be nice to you. You don't you dare threaten me.
Look, you.
I don't think I would call him son. He's like, I think my son would have, like, he'd be bigger. He had more meat on
Yeah,
his
he'd be a
bones.
dumber too.
Jasmine's gonna be so
Oh,
angry
okay.
with you.
Okay, there's no
Okay.
need for that.
Or what? You
And,
just keep that up, chum.
Just
You
like
just
it's a
watch what I
general
do to you.
insult.
Or
Now, what?
what? Look, the customer's always right, and you paid already, so I thank you for it. But I don't back down from fights. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't know
back
you.
down from the fights either.
Oh
We're
no,
not
but
fighting now.
yeah, you come in here all naked, like.
Not
and
here.
We
then
got the rope.
I don't know what to make of you. That's all.
They're angry. They don't like the yelling.
Okay.
Poor piggies.
Well, I guess I apologize for upsetting your pigs. That's my bad, I guess.
The poor pigs.
Yeah, now they're laying down, so they're
They're
calm.
never going to be the same again.
I mean, on the
Just
outside,
collect their meat.
bacon.
At least collect their meat. Don't just kill them.
Look, this is awkward. You know, we did not to come, you know, for like an animosity and stuff. You know, this situation got out of control. You know.
It's alright. It's okay. The
Morgan.
pigs are fine. Not angry anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, do we have a place I can put this stuff?
Ship's kind of far away, huh?
Is that one of our boats out there?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey, I was about to make a deal
The
with
one
this
with the
skinny
light.
fella to build us one. I guess we don't have to worry.
The one with the orange light. That's ours.
Oh, you
Orange
like the
light
scooter?
massage. Alright, I like massages.
I think that's a sloop.
It is, yeah. We
Uh,
could
is
do with
it?
something bigger.
So,
Yep.
it's so tiny.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see
yeah,
a
we have
sloop
a
on there.
schooner. I run the Soggy Boys Schooner Club, so, you know, we like the schooners and the stuff.
Schooner club. What about the
That's pretty
sloops? Do sloops as well?
No, no sloops. Only schooners.
Oh, maybe someday.
Yeah. It's a technicality of the club, you know, it's in the rules and the stuff.
What if
Are
the
we
sloop is called
understand?
schooner?
That's a
Nope.
good point.
It's
But
got
I
to
mean-
be capable of engaging in the races with the other schooners, and you know we're going to trick it out and the stuff, make it look cool.
I mean, this
Do
sloop
we
is
have to-
capable of being in the race. It just won't win.
Do we have to be naked when we do it like yous were?
No nudity unless you just got robbed. Unless we're racing for pink slips.
For Pink slips or
Or-
big pig's lips?
What don't know about?
Pig's lips. That's gross.
We could race our boats right now for pink slips if you wanted to.
We could, but I don't think that would be a fair. You know, I'm all about the fairness and the kindness.
I mean,
I'm not.
I don't know how much he's about to weigh our boat down. I don't think
Yeah.
racing is a good idea.
It's lucky there's not crocodiles out there. Well, I've seen any out there.
I could probably put it on my sloop and sell it over to your place if you need it.
We'll see. I don't know how much he's got. He can't lift very much, so it may just be a few stacks of paper.
Could well be.
That's a our bad for, you know, cousin bad blood and stuff. You know, we're on the edge, I guess. You know, so I'd like to apologize for the crew. You know, for upsetting everyone and stuff.
Oh,
Understood. I can definitely forgive you for the price of one grappling hook.
mainly the pigs were
We
angry.
don't have that.
Damn it!
Well, the next time we see you, we want at least 5 of them.
Yeah, I mean, we could take an IOU.
I cannot offer that. No, I want to be honest with you. I cannot offer that. You know, we don't have no grappling hooks. We can't make them. I cannot find them. You know, I have not seen one at all.
But why?
Oh.
Here's a question. Is your schooner painted?
Oh,
No.
Wow.
it's really blue looking.
That's sad.
Yeah,
Did you know gold at the Freeport costs a gold? I mean,
Did you know?
paint at the Freeport costs a gold?
Did you know if you go to the Navy and get punched by them, they'll give you paint?
What?
Crazy, I know.
In the world.
You need to go to the
do you
Navy.
know what? I don't think it was that though, because he punched us after that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It was my waving.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Ah, yeah, okay. You know, I saw that as we walked up. You got the style.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Morgan
Valid.
doesn't like it for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, everybody, you know, everybody waves like this, and it's so
Okay.
prim and proper. But yeah, you've really got to let go.
Oh, look at that. Limber.
Yep. Just like that. Okay, that's
fabulous.
Rotating of the hands, that really sells it.
I know, right? It takes a bit of practice, but you know, give it a go in private until you've had a bit of a practice, probably, because you don't want to embarrass yourself. But yeah, give it a go. It's kind of fun.
She's very bendy.
Oh,
How much you rolled it?
What?
I didn't get that one.
So where are you guys from? What language is that?
where are you from?
You know,
E2.
Yeah, exactly. You ever heard of a Terabithia?
No.
No.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's pretty far away. That's cool. I live on the other side of a bridge right around there.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's
What about
interesting.
you? You know, we don't, you know, we sound similar, I think, but, you know, we're not related. Isn't that wild?
I mean, this other guy seems, he sounds more like a mouse.
Yeah, that's rude.
Mouse.
I just, you know.
It's more like an otter.
A sugar glider, you know? We thought
I
that
didn't
one
need to
earlier.
make myself that potion. The throat incident is getting to me. I don't like this anymore. Getting bullied.
What's wrong with sounding like that? You sounded fine. You know, English
I
is
didn't
my
say it was
second
bad.
language, and it's like your 14th, so it's fine.
Oh, but
Hey, we have an interpreter.
And I was swallowed by a giant worm, and since then I talk like this.
No one
He
has
swallowed like a giant worm, and now he sounds like this.
Like
I'm
a
a giant worm.
Bird in the worm?
cold worm.
You should try
Like a
try
very, very,
gargling
very,
salt
very big
water.
worm.
Gargle salt water at least 5 times a day.
Is
Ew.
that what you do?
It helps keep everything moving, everything nice and clean.
From what I said earlier, I think he involuntarily gargles salt water every day.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
See, I normally got it, but then Boggert surprised me and I swallowed the whole thing.
Oh.
Mr. Stealthy.
Go.
If it's working for you, I guess. Good job.
Thank you.
We did it. Where is the Freeport?
South of here. It's in the next grid over.
Just one grid south, and then it's in the southwestern corner of that grid.
Alright, it should be just past that island you can see there.
Yeah, we're going to Okay, got it. Wait, that way?
Actually, it's 2 islands. Well, I guess if you count that as an island, it's an island past.
It may be another island past that.
Go south.
Past that island.
Yeah, just
We're going to post a notice there.
What?
Just don't go too far south.
Yeah, if you're surrounded by cyclones, you've gone too far.
Oh no.
What? What do you mean?
It's just a warning, you know, surrounded by like not just like a normal storm, but like you feel like the storm is just really icky. You've gone too far and you're probably gonna die.
Okay.
Oh no, it's just
Why would
a
they
warning.
put a Freeport next to that?
I'm just potting on the message.
Right, yeah, why would that be? Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Look, I didn't make the islands, you know.
So you cannot sail south, you know, to go around?
Oh, you can.
Yeah, if you can make it through the storm.
Oh.
That's okay.
Oh, right. Well,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, maybe your little
Yeah, let us know how it goes.
schooner will hold up.
Yeah, send us a letter through Go Poster if you come back on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll report back. You know, and maybe get some mail sent or something. You know, it's fine. Okay. We're going to go. Thank you so much for the hospitality and stuff. Again, I apologize for the rapscallionism. What's it is? Another one. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
thank you.
I'll put this on the ship. It's a lucky coin. Get it?
We'll be anxiously waiting for our grapples the next time we see you.
You're not going to get the no grapples. We don't got no grapples.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the grapples.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Mr. Confused
Bye.
I can't wait to
It
see
was
them
nice,
again.
and I wasn't sure, but now we
Really
know.
looking forward to grapples.
I can't hear what
Yeah.
you're saying. Bye. Damn, what nice people. I can't believe they bring us grappling. What kind?
I know, right?
They're not even easy to find, but so nice.
I mean, they just robbed and they're gonna bring us grappling hooks. That is so lovely.
Wonderful. Maybe we'll get 3 grappling hooks. There's 3 of them. 3 each.
Maybe.
grappling hook.
Ooh.
Ugh, can't wait. Can hold 1 grappling hook in each hand then. That'll be interesting.
And then still have a spare.
I still have an extra.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
So you were gonna give us a tour of the museum.
Oh, sure. Yes, right this way. We'll tour what we have of the museum. We're trying to get there as soon as we can. Alright. Way to go, everyone. We're almost there. Alright, we'll start here. This is going to be the entryway to the museum over this way. The museum's not going to stay as thatch. It will eventually become something a little more sturdy, hopefully. You saw all those storms blowing at the edge of the water earlier? We're kind of concerned that they could blast their way through here, so we want to try to put some nice, sturdy walls up. Just this, there'll be an area here where people can back in and dock if they like, and then they can just make their way here into the waiting room. We'll be waiting. We'll have a little counter
Yeah,
here.
that's clever. Yeah.
Stand behind, yeah. Welcome people in. Oh, right this way. It's nice you came. We've been expecting you. We know you're scared about all the weird stuff you've heard, but we're gonna clear it all up right this way. We'll bring them right through the doorway.
That's a really nice wall for the like employee of the month things as well.
Oh, that's Elias. Yes, I had to put Elias's portrait there.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know this was going to be a swim-up museum. People are just going to swim in the front door?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they can back their boat in right here. They can back the ship right up to the ledge and just step right off.
Yeah, we might be able to put some docks in to make it easier.
Maybe. We'll see. You know those docks are poison. We put a dock in earlier and whatever they use as a preservative on the posts of that dock, it seeps into the ground and it happens to kill the trees nearest to the dock. Some sort of poison in there. It's really dangerous, it feels like. And this way, in here you'll have a little display over here, possibly. I'm not sure yet. Another display over here of some sort. And make your way back through here. And we have a whole way going this way. Yeah, it's fleshing out, isn't it? This way we have another whole way going this way. There won't be any ships there, necessarily. There's a sofa on that ship over there. That's wonderful.
It's mine.
Yeah, gotta have somewhere to sit.
It's mine. I've already claimed it. I'll saw it.
Could even take a little nap there and put your feet up on one of the arms. That's nice.
No, you gotta share, Norman.
I'm bigger than he is.
Put it there.
He could lay down and somebody can sit as they massage his feet.
Sit on top of me? You mean while I'm laying there?
No, I meant
sounds like fun.
Someone can massage your feet while you're laying there.
Do you really expect us to stand up while you take that sofa up all on your own?
I'm a big guy.
You could just lay in the corner a little bit and leave a little bit of room.
You didn't put that there for me?
No.
Crikey. I'll never get anything special.
I mean, you could sit down on one of the seats, but you know, there's no need to take up the whole bloody thing.
Oh, okay. I won't then.
It's called sharing.
Sharing, okay, if I have to.
But then again, maybe you can get an upscale on a ship, and they'll put in extra sofas.
Ooh, one more sofa, that could be nice.
No, I think we should just keep the one and I should have it for me. Anyway, this looks like it might be nice. You say it's going to be a museum?
It will be eventually. This will be a whole way going this way, and this will be a whole way going this way. There's a lot of room for displays. This will lead to another room, with possibly a place to eat or have a snack or something. Then down this way, this will be another hallway, and off of these hallways we're going to have display rooms. We've already got a display ready for this one. It's being delivered pretty soon.
Is it the ocean? It's a really nice display.
Oh, it needs as part of the display, but yeah, they're gonna look nice, and it's gonna be on the water. It's a water display.
Fancy.
It's where we drowned him.
What? Who?
What are you talking about, Norman?
You what?
What are you on about drowning people?
Some people need to be...
But this is all we've got so far. We're sorry, it's just thatch so far, but we're getting there as soon as we can.
Do you have any idea of a grand opening time? Or?
No, not yet. It's a hard slog out here in the waters. We're trying our best. As soon as we can.
Yeah,
as
we're gonna have
always.
to get some better tools. These stone ones are just they break so easily.
Not quite as good as they were advertised. Try to convince you it's Freeport. The stone tools are the good ones. You're gonna want these, not those older metal tools. You take these. And we took them, and then look at this now. Now we gotta have the metal ones. It's an endless loop. Once we get the metal ones, we'll have to have some other kind, I'm sure. There's always a new thing coming out.
Next thing you know, they'll have one just for wood, or one just for gathering silk.
Oh, probably
Specialty
any
kit.
excuse to, you know, make people pay more money for stuff.
Sell them what they already own. Just improve it a little bit and sell them another one. Yeah, that's how it works.
Alright, excuse me. I'm back to work.
Right?
He's gone to get on the sofa, hasn't he?
Yes.
Probably.
Before anyone else
I
arrives.
think he just said shotgun and you all didn't catch it.
Damn
It's
it.
something. He said it's time to get back to work. We'll see. Let's go see where he's working at. See about this.
We don't have any jumps.
Looks like he's struggling with the ladder. If I can make this jump, I
Who
can.
parked this boaty like this? You?
Hey,
What, were they
shit.
only 2 feet tall or something?
Maybe I did it.
Oh, the sofa!
It's mine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Somebody's...
ladders, alright.
Well done. Well done.
It's crowded now.
Oh, so comfy. Oh.
It's nice, isn't it?
All taken.
I faulted it on it when I said before, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You can have it.
Marking.
That little warm spot's my fault. We have any food on this boat? I'm starving.
Look at that, another chair. They're really luxury. It's the postal service. It's luxury.
So every now and then we need a little sit down, you know?
Get food in there, alright.
Well, you know, when you stay on the go as much as they do, you got to take a little bit of comfort in there.
Sure. It's probably
So
Doris.
true.
Doris has supplied all those nice comfy chairs, I'm sure.
Oh,
Doris?
absolutely. She absolutely did not.
Oh.
Oh, Doris died. I think Doris died.
Well, it
Why
is.
do you say that?
It's the seas out
I
there.
don't see her anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
If she finds out, if Doris finds out you left her at the Freeport, I wouldn't want to be you, Xavier.
Wait,
Well, you were
I
the
thought-
last one there, so...
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
We assumed
wasn't.
you'd
Got a
got
point.
her.
No, how do you know I was the last one there? I've been sailing a long time. I've no map or compass.
If she's died, she could be anywhere at any time. You never know.
You don't want to meet Doris.
A donation for
Okay.
the
I'm
museum.
gonna go see if I find some fish.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I'll have to take a look at this.
You know, when doing this gets a little tiring, have a little sit down.
Oh, thank you so much. This is very luxury.
It's
A luxurious chair. Thank you.
like you enjoy. I definitely can't make this jump.
Oh.
So close.
Look at that. She grabbed the ladder. Look at
I
that.
thought
Jumped
the
right
air was
on
going to
the
catch her
ladder.
dress from down below and give her a boost, but
Where'd my chair go?
One of those.
maybe if he had done the jump, because it would catch under his hoops.
Gotta be careful in the storm. Air catch under there.
Safe sails to you.
They could just hold on to the
Yeah.
mast, increase the push on the ship.
Where did Norman go?
He was looking for fish, I think.
Oh, good luck
Oh.
with that. There's none here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the birds over there, clearing them out.
Who's that on the
Well,
coastline?
Can I trouble you guys for some more of your barbecue? Am I still able to grab some from that?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
Thank you so much.
I don't know who that is over there.
That's the
Definitely
one.
not Norm.
We really need to find some kind of preservatives for the food, don't we?
Oh, well, hello there.
Well, hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. Was looking to do a little bit of fishing around here, but I can't seem to find any.
Yes. It seems like the birds have been very active today and have eaten a lot of fish.
I see. Well, that is making it quite difficult to find them, I suppose.
No fish on this island. Worrying.
What do you mean there's no fish on this island?
There's too many birds. The birds are just swooping in and grabbing them right out of the ocean.
I haven't seen anything in the ocean at all around here. No fish, no nothing.
No. We did see that one that was beach.
Oh yeah, there was one half in the sand, half out. I think they've gone on land now. Fish have taken to the land. They're not in the waters anymore.
Well, that just doesn't make sense.
Well, we're starting a little oddities museum here. In case things seem odd to you, we're going to help explain a lot of weird stuff from the world.
Well, that is fascinating.
So people are warned.
Have you checked the other islands around? Any fish around those?
I don't know. I haven't been far from here since we arrived. We've been very busy. Chopping wood.
I see. Well, I suppose I'll swim on to the next island then. Can't really fish if you can't find fish, you know.
Oh, you're out swimming? Oh, no.
That's a great way to get around.
Well, I guess so. You're welcome to look around for fish, but we haven't seen any. There could be one very, very, very large fish-eating monster out there or something.
Yeah, we would offer some milk, but unfortunately we can't find a bucket.
Yeah, the bucket. Oh.
Yeah, perhaps the fish were just following the natural food order, and they kept eating the smaller fish until now there's just one really large fish out there now.
Yeah, I think so. It's a chain reaction sort of thing. The larger fish eats the smaller fish. There's only one gigantic fish left, just devouring every one of the other ones.
I imagine that would be a very hungry fish.
Well, probably not anymore.
Silly question. Did any where Norman went?
I saw him walking this way with a spear, muttering about fish and no fish here. He was headed towards the channel.
Wonderful.
But we have too many birds that's swooping in and pulling the fish out of the water at the moment.
Oh, what a nightmare. So many birds.
That's a lot. There's that bird with the very sharp claws. Sometimes it's around. I don't see it at the moment. Not a parrot.
It's some kind of attraction for naked or half-naked men.
What?
Yeah, apparently they do.
Starting to seem that way.
It's like, we've been here for
All
like what, a
shirtless
little
guys
bit,
that
and this is
stand
the
up.
second time.
Drawing them in, possibly.
Hadn't thought about that, but maybe that should become part of the marketing deal.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of hot here.
No, I hadn't. I'm kidding. This guy's kind of breezy. Oh, no, it's fine. I was just wondering if it was some phenomenon because we just had like 3 practically naked people walk up.
Yeah.
Wait, have you been robbed?
No, I was just out for a swim.
Oh, that's why we were afraid.
Fair enough.
Well, some people earlier, they had been robbed. Oh, it was terrible.
Well, that's a shame. Are there pirates about?
Don't know, I think. What did they say? Who did they say they were robbed by? I got in late on the conversation.
there was like a ship called the Ducky, and they were all singing.
Oh,
Singing pirates.
singing duckies.
That actually kind of sounds delightful. Which way did the pirates go?
Couldn't tell you. I didn't even get
No
the guy's
idea.
name. I only know him as Mr. Confused because he never actually told us his name.
Yeah, I think his name was confusing.
It was a laundry service though. It's
A
kinda cool.
laundry. Yeah.
Oh. Perry.
Jasmine runs
Perry. Who's
Right,
Jasmine?
He's gonna bring us 5 grappling hooks.
Yeah. 3 for each
Yeah,
person.
he got in a fight with the Go Postal company, Norman, and he offered to calm the situation by offering 5 grappling hooks.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna hold up into the bargain.
He offended at least 3 to 5 pigs here on this island as well, and they got into a row and had to be separated. So angry. We at least a couple of grappling hooks for our trouble.
The Postal Company, what's that?
Hi, that's us.
Hi.
That's them.
Nice to meet you.
Hello?
Oh,
so
we're
you,
waving.
Oh,
You're welcome.
well, that is a creative way to wave.
Thanks.
Yes.
I
so
like
what
to
do you
learn
do
that.
then? Do you ship stuff?
Pig is watching.
We deliver letters and flyers and small packages.
So if I wanted to ship myself somewhere, how much would that cost?
I mean, we don't typically involve ourselves in human trafficking. But if you were to give us a sealed box, legally we can't open it. So if you were in a box, we could ship you.
That is a slogan.
Depending-
Price is so
depending
low,
on the
you'll
distance,
ship
you know.
yourself.
Yeah.
Can
We
it
can
be
become an inadvertent taxi service. Oh god.
Could it be a thatch box, or does it have to be wood?
You know what? I'm not
question.
rushed up on the technicalities. I'll have to ask Doris about that.
I mean,
When we
as
find-
long as there are, breathing holes, because we certainly don't ship, dead bodies.
But then again, if you did give us a box with a dead body in it, we wouldn't know because legally we can't open that.
We'd probably be able to smell it.
Not if there's not holes.
But what if you burn the remains? Can you still smell it?
My God, what do you got planned?
Wait, that was a weird question to ask.
It's a devious mind over here.
I mean, if it's
Planning went into that.
but if it is in a sealed box, then legally we can't open it. So, yeah.
So much planning. Logistics.
So, just to clarify, if I were to build a box and I were to put myself into it and I were to leave a note with some change attached, asking to be shipped somewhere where there are fish, could you do that? Theoretically.
You have to give
obviously.
us the address, unfortunately.
Oh, I have to be specific. Well,
Yeah. We can't just be sailing around, aimlessly going, oh, is this where the package is supposed to go?
Oh, there's a fish in the middle of the ocean. Let's just kick it off the ship.
Why not? I mean, that would be following the directions now, wouldn't it?
Yes.
The whale, a big fish. I don't know. Easier to see in the water, the whales.
No, it was the dolphin that was easier to see. Didn't you see that one flying through the air yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Really big jumps.
Tricks.
Yeah, the flying fish are getting bigger now.
If there's flying fish, that the dolphins are definitely going to take to the skies, right, to get the fish. I mean, it's only natural.
I guess that's
Is
how
that-
it works, yeah.
Is that why there's no fish? Because they're all flying, and then the birds are just like, oh, I don't even have to work for my meal anymore.
Maybe.
Well-
I mean, that's how evolution works, right?
All the fish have been eating themselves in the water, so they've been jumping out of the water to save themselves.
What if the fish went so high into the sky they're all up there, but we just don't know it? We're not there with them. They're really high now.
Do you think that means it'll rain fish one day?
Right, I was just thinking about what if they get tired, and then they just all fall at once.
Ugh,
Yeah.
carnage. We found one half in the sand the other day, and you know, it could have fallen out of the sky. It was half jammed. It was almost wedged in the sand. It was about as far inland as I am now. It wasn't anywhere near the water. That's
Very strange.
we'll have
Did
to
you
look
say it
into-
was? Did you say it was fish jam?
Yeah, it was jammed. It was turning to jam. Fish berry jam.
Yeah, I just lost my appetite as well.
It could be
I mean, it
anywhere.
can't be that bad. Never had fermented fish before.
No, well, unintentionally, maybe.
No, my uncle in the old country, he would keep it in barrels, lay it in salt for years at end, and then eat it. Tastes wonderful.
Yeah, it sounds fine. Nice salty fish.
Right, I suppose if it was salted, yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Just left in a barrel unattended, though, that's a whole different story.
Would you eat it with something else, or just by itself? Would you add it to some rice or something? Or just salty fish by itself?
I mean, it depends on your need, I suppose.
I guess so. Depends on your palate, what you like.
Yeah, I'm not really one for trying experimental cooking.
No.
But Stanley's made some delicious steaks. If you and want to try some steaks, or we've got some coconuts as well.
Stanley's a wonderful butcher.
Unfortunately, he's not very good at milking a cow because he can't get a hold of a bucket.
You know, that's the cow's fault. The cow's very tricky. It has to have the book. It has to have the bucket.
That's a very particular cow, yeah.
Oh, it's one of those kind of cows. You kind of have to read to it at night time.
I mean, have you tried a barrel?
It's like a big bucket, right, with the top off.
Yeah, they just take the top off. You know, you've got a bucket.
Yeah, get the cow up on something. The cow's gonna need to step
It's a rather
up.
large cow. It might work. We might be able to just sort of, Boggert's so good with the sand, we can have him just maybe dig a furrow out in the sand and we
Yeah.
can slide the bucket into it.
Yeah. We could
I mean,
put
it's
the
worth a
shoes-
try, right?
What if you pack the boots with sand and then you put the boots on the cow and it's standing taller now and it can reach over the bucket, right? Makes sense.
Right, sort of putting the cow on jack stands or something.
Yeah, like 4 boots on a cow stuffed with sand. Extra high.
Boggert, can we use your boots later?
Yeah, you may want to wash them out. They kind of smell.
Yeah, you don't have to tell us.
Probably because they've been wet. You gotta let them dry out. Don't wear wet boots to bed. It's not good for you.
I think I see Norman down there coming down.
Let's see if he found any fish.
Any fish at all?
Do you find any fish out there, Norman?
We'll go.
What was that?
That's all there is right now, so share it.
I mean, it's almost fish. It's not fish.
No fish on this
no,
whole.
it's not fish.
There's no fish. Share it, that's all there was. Got him to milk the cow, but that's it. Don't let it rot. That's all there is.
I'm okay for now. I'd kill for some cheese, though.
I like it.
She's not right.
Who's the cook here? None of you's cook.
No.
No?
No, can't say we have a rightful cook. No, we just sort of muddle things together in that pot.
Looks like I know what I'm doing then. All right.
Do you know how to cook, Norman?
I know how to do a lot of things if I put my mind to it. I'll just, I like to keep busy, so sometimes I'm just too busy to think about, special things.
But is it edible?
What? You what?
Your cooking, is it edible?
Does your
Not
bread?
right now.
Does your
Luckily
bread?
right now, all I can make right now is like taking stuff. Need lots of seeds for that.
Oh, ship snacks.
Oh, did you know about the little fruit press that kind of pulls the seeds out of it?
Oh yes, I use that to make some
Oh,
juice.
is that what it does?
Oh yes, it makes juice, but it also pulls seeds. So you can actually pull, if you put coconut in there, you can pull coconut a seed out of it, elderberry seeds.
Oh my
It makes
god.
your place look beautiful.
That is a game changer.
Ooh. Ship
I love
snacks.
coconut seeds. Well, should we get going?
We probably should.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for...
Oh, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it was really to meet everyone.
We don't live here.
No, we live around the island, Norman.
No.
Oh, all right. Are we going shopping?
Hell yeah.
I mean, we could, yeah.
Ooh,
I like shopping.
Freeport's not too far away.
I love
It's true.
shopping.
Well, it's lovely to meet everyone. And if you need anything mailing, we'll let you know when we have a building.
Please, let us
Keep a lookout for a box on the beach with a note.
Will do.
Will do.
Probably the one with lots of holes in it.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
Don't forget the holes, sir.
Oh, yeah, if you close it and you need air, we can't open it legally. Sorry.
Yep.
I'll try to remember that.
No matter how much you shout and scream and gasp, we're not allowed.
No.
That's right. So unless you're paying, we won't do it.
Rules are rules.
Yeah. Right, it was lovely to meet you all. I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes. Check back
Absolutely.
in. We're working on things.
Bye.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, just the last little one.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
No, I thought you were all together.
No.
They were here long enough. I almost thought we were too.
There isn't like a inn or something around here where one can, sleep.
You're welcome to find a place to sleep if you like. We don't really have a room to rent necessarily, but it's pretty quiet out here. You can always take refuge somewhere.
Right. It's a bit early in the development process here for this piece of property. We're all sort of just jamming into one room as it is.
We're doing the best we can. It's not easy. It's a slow go, but it's fine. We'll get there.
What if that's your building over there? It's more than I've seen in most places on my way here.
It's the start.
I mostly see just huts or abandoned rafts.
That's not good.
But this island has been a pretty lively spot for a lot of people who wish to settle for a day and then move on afterwards.
Yeah, there's something
They
about it.
tend to occupy this bay over here for about a half a day and pick up roots.
lots of ships coming in, lots of ships leaving. Rafts coming in, ships going out, that sort of thing.
What do you say? Probably the last day we've met probably 20 people over here who are transient coming through. Quite busy.
Yeah, I just saw a raft flying in while we were just standing here. So.
Yeah, I saw it. Not sure where it went to.
No.
Did one of you build that ship over there?
You mean the little Freeport vendor 2 rafts?
That's that ship.
Oh,
that
it's
just
one of those.
They tie 2 rafts together, try to tell you it's a sloop. It's not really. It's definitely 2 rafts tied together. I can tell by the sails that's a raft. It's not a sloop.
That's why I had to swim here. It was one of those.
Oh no. One of those.
So I guess I should find one of those then.
So you don't have a proper ship rate then here. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to buy a ship or something to continue on, but
just across the there's a shallow channel right here that splits the island, and that rather tall rock there at the end of the land. Just down the beach from there's someone with a shipyard. They've got a ship in progress now.
do you know them?
I believe it is. I met their doctor earlier.
What was it? Something survival, something sons or something.
I believe so, yeah.
But they were friendly.
Gathering some wood and things for them to put together for that ship. At the time that I met him, everybody else was asleep, so he's the only one I met.
I see. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a bit of a walk down the shore because I'm feeling a bit queasy, and I think that I should probably. What's this?
That's some food for you there, just in case you were hungry.
I replace all those swimming calories.
Oh. Well, you're
if you need more, we have more as well.
I'd like to stay here because I think I was going to pass out for the lack of vitamin D, which that solved. Thank you.
That's really the dangerous thing about swimming. It's so relaxing and so low impact. You don't realize how much you're working.
Well, especially when you can't find fish anywhere.
Right. And we tried to solve that by finding the cow on the other island over there. Just when we started celebrating finding the cow, we realized none of us could make a bucket.
Yeah, so we've hit a dead end with that cow. It's very stubborn. We could go see if the people are at home that are doing the ship. Maybe they have a bucket. They have to bail the water out of the ship, right? Could fill the channel.
Right. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea at all.
But then again, they already have a cow, so you can't offer milk in exchange.
Oh, we'd have to find something. We'll see.
Looks like you have another boat coming in.
A lot of boats, yeah, they come in, they cruise around, they look at stuff, they leave. Some of them stay. Never know.
Oh no, I think they're going to try to make it through the channel.
Oh no, not the channel.
Yeah, that's a raft-sized channel.
Yeah, it's not even for rafts. Oh, there they go. They slowed down. Yeah, they're doing the thing where they're going around and around. It's very shallow there, you can't get through. Not much we can do about it, though. landing looks like.
No, I'm surprised. I didn't think that they would be able to take a sloop in there. They definitely wouldn't be able to fit any other class of ship through there. It's almost shallow enough I could walk across.
Very true.
Well, maybe not you. Unless you put more sand in your boots.
What did you say that shipyard was?
Did you want to head down there, Boggert and Boggert?
We can try. I think we can almost walk across the channel over here. It's very shallow.
Almost.
Out of the island.
I told Boggert he might be able to make it if he packs extra sand in his boots and gives himself a couple more inches.
How are you swimming faster than me?
Ooh, me? I don't know. I got a running start. Maybe that did it.
And yet my feet have sand in them.
Oh, it's slowing you down. That sand's heavy when it gets wet.
Must be on the other side of this island then.
I don't see anyone. Is someone coming?
Elias, he's on his way. Give him just a moment. We're waiting for you, Elias.
Pardon me, ma'am. I know we met briefly yesterday, but I never did catch your name.
Yeah, I think it got...
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. My name's Steve.
No, it's fine. With those flowers and their pollen knocking everybody out all the time, we didn't really have much time to converse.
That's true. It was quite a rough day. What was your name again?
The name's Stanley.
Stanley.
How are you finding the island over there? Is it suitable?
It's a bit sandy and rocky, but it's okay.
Right. It did seem a bit dry when I woke up today. I looked over and I saw that your raft was gone, but I saw that one there. I assumed that was you.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about moving just around the island, but there had been a little shack there, so I didn't. But I noticed that was gone today.
That's gone.
Right.
People come and go. You're welcome to grab a spot.
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice, Boggert and I went over to the small island where you're at, and I couldn't help but notice there's not a single blade of grass or a tree over there anywhere.
No, it's a bit sad not having any greenery.
Is that the same sloop? Did they just circle and come back?
Yeah, they're trying it again. Try it again. I don't know. They got out of here last time, so I don't know. Maybe they're channel testers. They test the channels and see if they're deep enough, wide enough.
Yeah, perhaps. Okay, so just down the coast over here then.
Make our way.
Right.
We get hungry again.
Don't mind us, it's been a very distracting day.
Yes. We've been all over the place today with all sorts of things.
Also, I combed this entire island today and probably went around the island 4 or 5 times. And the only one thing I found with snarly teeth was one single wolf out of all day. So it's a very nice island.
I don't see any very large animals over here either. There's not a lot of room though, so maybe they like bigger aerials?
None of those large things like elephants that go stomping everywhere and rattle your teeth in your head.
Eat the elephants.
There we are. Do you see the cow?
I do.
That's the cow that nobody ever saw before.
Yeah, well, we never seen it. What's a cow?
Hello there, is anyone around? Now, when I spoke with them earlier, they told me that this was a temporary place that they were going to stay for just the day, and suddenly now there's 4 buildings.
They have a name on the door right here. This doesn't look temporary.
What are the odds? A tavern on this island.
We're so lucky. I like a good old beer after a long day's work.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
No, they don't seem to have any project ships being worked on right now.
No, they don't.
No, perhaps they just dropped.
All gone.
I wonder if deep water fishing has better luck. You know, with a ship and nets.
Could be. There's a chance of it. Yeah.
We figure you're increasing your odds, right? Rather than just sending a pole in the water, you've got a chance to at least grab something on the way through.
Right, right. That might be a lucrative business now, might it?
It could be.
Well, I'll have to talk to the shipwright to see what he can build me and what I'll have to pay him to do it.
Doesn't appear to be anyone home. They're just here temporarily. They've only built a tavern. That's what they...
A feeling that they maybe looking to stay for a bit.
Possibly.
Or likely could be.
There's a couple people sleeping here in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, that person's wearing an apron. There's a lot of aprons. It's going around. It's a new thing.
Yeah, I better not peek inside the window. You might see someone with their noodle out.
No, don't.
Oh my.
What's a noodle?
All right, here's the office from the doctor that I met earlier.
Okay, yeah, it is Dr. Broom.
Temporary.
It is.
Some sort of hand doctor. Look at this.
Fortunate sons.
The hand doctor. I'm not sure if they work on other things or not, but it's pretty obvious.
Maybe that's just maybe it's like a massage symbol. Maybe it's like a muscle doctor.
Yeah, maybe so. Hard to say.
Could be. I don't think he really mentioned having a specialty or anything.
Mysterious.
Does he normally climb on buildings like that?
Buildings. We're doing inspections. Make sure everything's fine. We don't want any troubles. No leakage. Everything looks good up there.
I never put anything past these two. Sometimes I never know what they're going to do next.
Well, it's good to know. Now look at that. They have a farm.
An onion. Temporary onion here.
Oh, this poor thing. Just a lone solo onion.
They're gonna have to grow. They're gonna have to eat that cow.
Beans are getting tall, reaching for the sky.
There's another ship.
Or is it the same one that was pulling into the harbor and decided to turn around and find another place?
Could be.
Seems they're making sure.
I see something up there on the mountain. Something in that little flat spot between the points of the mountain. On the left side right there. It appears to
Yeah.
be top of the flat up there. Looks angular.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like a shimmer off of it.
Ooh. Could be something.
Could be something good.
Could be worth looking at.
I think we need a grapple to get up there.
Some year.
Look at that fancy device you have there. What do you see with that?
It's a flask.
Oh, I thought it was a spyglass.
But there may be crystal up on top of the rock.
Look at that, I see it now. It's really, the sun's really glinting off of it now.
Oh yes, I see it. I see a little shimmer of it.
It's good to know it's up there.
We just have to wait for that guy to bring us our 5 grapples.
Yeah, that's true. I saw a little, in one of my booklets, I saw I can make what looks like a street lamp on one of the diagrams I was reading. It needs crystal, but it needs some oil as well. Then we have a nice light for when it gets dark outside.
Where are you going to get oil? You can't get it out of fish if there's no fish in the ocean.
Oh, I don't know. I have to look for some. Did you see it, Stanley, up on the mountain up there? Glinting in the sun. Uh-oh. What is it? Hi there.
Where'd this come from?
Another friendly cow.
She was just wandering around over there with a tag around her horn there that says Petunia.
Hi, Petunia. You seem friendly enough.
What are we looking at up on the mountain?
Up there on the flat spot, it's reflecting in the sun. You see the glinting up there, right in the center of that flattest spot on the mountain.
I do see it.
It's glinting. It's caught my eye. Have to look into that later. When some year, when we get a grapple, we'll be able to go up there and look closer, see if that's what, if it's as shiny up close as it is down here.
If we'd seen this earlier, when the half-naked folks were here, as well as the postal, we might have had enough people to make a ladder of people and just climb up there.
Stack on top, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Or any really tall people show up, we can have them reach up there, see if they can touch. I'm not tall enough.
Right. Maybe some climbing picks. Someone who knows how to work with a bit of metal.
I also see something in the woods over here. Did you see this?
Oh, right, yeah, there's
Oh yes,
A lot
don't.
of beehives on the rocks throughout the middle of the island here.
Alright.
I think I've counted either 4 or 5 different types of sugar on this island. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Large stands of sugar cane all over the place, and all those wispy sugar flowers.
Haunted flowers.
And the strange thing about the center of this island here is there's almost no animals. There's a couple of birds and almost nothing else.
Very empty here.
But it's quiet and it's very nice, and there's not anything with a bunch of teeth behind a rock waiting for you.
Doesn't seem like it.
Come on, Petunia.
Oh, there you are.
Here I am. They must have went to sleep.
Must have. I'm gonna swim back.
Me too.
Well, we're down to 1 silver. I went ahead and paid for the nice lady that's manning the sail on the ship. So she's good for another day or so.
All right.
That's the best we can do.
Did I see Elias building himself a little place over here to shack up at?
See some sort of shack going in, I think it may be. I also saw something sparkly on the mountains.
Not sure whose this is.
Oh, hello? Hello? Sorry,
Hello.
is there someone out there?
Oh, was that you? All right.
Yes, just feeling a bit under the weather and needed to lay down, so I just wanted to get a bed down before I passed out, you know?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fine. He just came by and thought, at first I thought Elias had built a little home over here.
Oh, well, I hope he wasn't planning to. I can move if you'd like.
This is fine. This is fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, how do we get to the top of this then? There's definitely something shiny up there.
Yes. I wish there was a nice slope. There's all kinds of slopes, but I can't get my feet wedged in them just right.
Right. And the ones we can get up to, it's all in. Watch out, Boggert. There you go. Always worry you're gonna drop one of those trees right on your head.
Yeah.
Watch out, they'll hurt you.
Or on my head.
This looks like a cool castle.
I'm not sure if I'm getting further away from the objective here. Treacherous. I feel like we're still far away.
It's a neat little puzzle, don't you think? It's kind of like a maze.
It's not easy.
It's an oddity in itself.
Sort of is.
Why was it built? We could put a whole storyline behind this whole thing.
Flying too close to the sun.
Ooh, I see the moon up there.
Very treacherous here. What a mess. I'm looking down at it. It looks terrible.
It looks awesome from here.
I should have known.
Should have known what.
Who left
Should
that
have known
monkey up
that
here?
you two would put your heads together and come up with something. You three, rather.
Well, I'm kind of stuck at the moment.
You want me to, let you slide down?
Yes. Can you pick that up?
Did you make that piece and put it down there?
No, that was Boggert.
Do you have a couple of wood on you?
Put some in the smithy, but I don't have any on me. Ooh, Elias is now tallest.
Why are you stuck?
I was stuck between a roof edge and Stanley picked it up and dropped me down to the bottom.
Hmm.
I'm good now. We just gotta get the roof piece to get up. Age before beauty.
All right. You win this time. No, you don't.
Why is there a monkey up here? Why is there a monkey going over the edge?
Now your boots on.
I think we need another roof piece.
Are you trapped down there?
I can't get up there.
Uh-oh.
If you're very, very careful, you can come around the side.
Not now.
That's way
Ooh.
better. It's like the way to climb a mountain with style. There you go, Boggert. Jump high, Boggert. You can reach the top.
Yeah, I get it. This is how we don't have to worry about someone else getting up here.
Right, because I don't think anybody else is going to
They're not
make such a convoluted path.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, look.
Found what we were looking for.
Oh my, we certainly did. And it doesn't connect down either. Well, I suppose this is these are items worth a barter.
I don't see any more on us.
Now we were wondering whether this area here that we thought maybe something was connected down to the other side where we also thought something was. And as soon as Boggert found out that it doesn't connect, she immediately went back down. I think she's probably hatching another plan.
Maybe she's just hatching.
That's true. That's always a possibility.
This feels perfectly safe coming up it.
Yeah, I don't think we need handrails for this one.
Oh, no. If you come up, you gotta remember how to get back down, right? That's part of it.
Slide down the cliffside, is that the best method?
Down is easy.
Down is nature.
It only takes one step to get down.
So coming up was the hard part. The going down is just perfectly natural.
The one thing I will say though is the path to the top of the mountain does appear to be more nutty when you're on your way down.
Not at all. Not a bit. We don't have to worry about someone wanting to come up here and just, ravage the whole area. I probably won't want to come back up the hill anymore.
I saw you disappear off.
Don't. Yeah, a bridge.
All right, surely someone will would appreciate some crystal for a bucket.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some chicken eggs.
Yeah, that's a chance of that. We can get the bucket. We can say, "Oh, we'll give you some milk if we can have the bucket. We'll pass you some milk." That's what I did earlier. I gave them some milk after I used their bucket. I think they were glad to have it.
Well, did you need anything? I think I'm going to retire.
Put your crystal right over here if you got any.
I put it in the smithy. Is that where you wanted it?
Yeah, that's fine. I was just gonna drop mine off in case anyone needed it.
This company sloop over there has one crew member on it. We just gotta remember to keep food in her pocket and coin.
All right. Did you give us something to eat?
Yeah, she's got stuff for a while.
Well, I may go take my raft and go sail around tomorrow some.
All right, that's fine. You can always take the two rafts if you want to. The new sloop if you want to get out on it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's got one crew member. Eventually, we'll be able to afford another one.
We got one crew member to operate the sails for you. That's it, though.
Okay.
We'll get there.
No, I went down to see if Miss Tansy was awake to let her know that the gentleman at the end of the island had been gone and she was already asleep.
I think she knew they were gone. Hopefully, if she wants to move, she'll move.
Hold on now, pig. Keep moving.
Oh, it's after the slop. Get out of that slop bin. That's for our compost. You keep moving. There's plenty of berries around here for you.
I'm just more concerned with keeping away from the garden and away from the cooking pot.
That's true. Never know, it's gonna root through here and get all these delicious rice and beans.
That stew's been going all day. It's only going to be better tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Stew.
Stew.
That's a great way to make food. Just, there's some coconut in there and some berries and some turmeric and some meat chunks.
Oh, yeah.
Some eggs. Toss it all in there together.
Yum.
Well, good night, Boggert and Boggatha.
Good night, Elias.
It was good to see you. We will.
Nice to see you.
Yes, You'll be safe on the seas if you get out. It's good to see you, Stanley.
Yes, definitely don't come back here with no clothes on.
Land on some island telling people, oh, I've been ransacked. Help.
Awkward.
Yeah, those poor guys. I'm glad they got some clothes, though.
Yes, I'm so glad you had some extra threads for them.
They seem to like them.
They do laundry for businesses. You would think they would have extra clothing. I don't know. Who knows?
No, we certainly did our fair share of entertaining today, didn't we?
We saw a lot of people today. We saw a lot of people go by today.
I think that's the most amount of people I've talked to at one time in my whole life.
Yeah, it's possible.
I feel like we talked to them for 3 or maybe 4 days.
Yeah, it was a long time, wasn't it? Moon
But
came.
it was fun.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry it's been such a grind. We're getting closer and closer to somewhere.
Yeah, it's always going to be that way at first. We're not going to see any results if we don't put our noses down or work through it.
We're trying. We'll get there. We'll try to get out maybe tomorrow.
Everything's fine.
Thank you. Well, I do appreciate everything. Thank you both. We're off. It's time.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, I'm going to go have a lay down as well.
I don't feel well. My head is hurting.
Good night, Elias. Be safe.
Good night. Neighbor. Sorry.
Hello.
for bedtime.
No, it's quite alright. I was just admiring your scaffolding.
There's crystal up there. I don't know if you know that, but
Oh yeah, I'll tell you a little secret.
there's not much up there now.
You come over here. I moved. I now live right there at that big pillar, right across the water.
Okay.
That way,
Unless you were gone, I wasn't sure who it was that had shifted over there, so...
There was some weird characters over there, glowing swords and scowling, shooting arrows at us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. And they come digging themselves, keep clawing themselves up out of the sand.
Yeah, I moved over there. You know, there's just so many. There's not a whole lot of trees on this little island here, and I didn't want us to have to compete for everything. And as you can see over there, there's quite a few trees, enough for me. There's a little pass through the way I'm facing right now, over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right there. And up in the middle of that pass through, there's a ledge that's maybe about as high as that first platform you have right there. And up there is emeralds and calcite.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you know, of course you have your own over here, but you know there is another option if you don't want to.
We had been standing and looking from the water, looking at the top for quite some time, and then finally I turn around and there Boggert goes, climbing her way to the top.
I see you found some cows.
Yeah, we just can't find a bucket.
Yeah, well, that's the same problem. I've got 3 cows now, and I have no bucket.
The buckets. We had visitors with a bucket. They were offering it for sale. We didn't purchase it though. We borrowed it, and then we gave them some of the milk.
Their price was a grappling hook, which we also didn't have.
We didn't have that either.
And then,
I have a grappling hook.
They live on that island there. They're just on the other side. Name of they're going to be a package delivery company called Going Postal. Yeah, they're on that island. I think just on the far side from where we are now.
Interesting. I might have to go over there and see if I can acquire a bucket or two.
Right.
I only have 1 grappling hook, but maybe they might be interested in something else I have. I have no idea.
Oh yes.
They seemed nice. They came out here and stood on the beach with us for a bit.
Yes, there was a crew of naked guys that came here, said they got robbed, and then one had a confrontational, and he tried to compromise and soothe the issue over by offering 5 grappling hooks.
Apparently he can manufacture them then. The grappling hook I have, I was given from the appraiser in town.
This one said he didn't know how to make them, so we told him he can buy them in the town if he needs to bring us 5 grappling hooks.
Yeah, I gave her a broken one, and she was able to fuse the metal back together for me. Same way with the sword and the pike and such.
You just found the broken ones just lying about.
Yeah, it just I wouldn't say it was quite broken. It was just I wasn't sure what it was. I guess you could call it just unidentified. It didn't match anything in my book, and then the next thing you know, it made perfectly sense once she attached a rope to it.
Interesting. I think we have a thing or two that we can't quite figure out as well. We'll have to make sure we take those to the town.
So if you go to the one to the south, she's in the center court. There's the free port with a dock, and then there's the center castle area. She's in there.
Right.
She's an appraiser.
All right.
And then if you have Chest, he's quite a shady looking fellow. He's over by the actual dock. He also teaches how to pick locks, but I don't know if I trust him, but he will open them for you.
All right.
He'll open the boxes.
Yes, any of the chests if you actually have the sealed chest.
All right.
As far as all the broken stuff, I have no idea. Surely there's going to be somebody that salvages it, but I haven't found them yet.
Notice you remember the apron wearers club. It's going around. It's a new thing.
So what trade are you going to be working in?
I'm going to be working in the. I've forgotten everything I've ever known, and I will probably never be able to know anything again. So most likely, survival.
That's perfectly valid. We all have to survive somehow.
Maybe some basic meals and just ability to milk my cows, and trying to avoid untimely early death. I plan to be late.
There's another raft going by. Good grief.
It's very busy today.
Yes.
Being here on this part of the southern part of the island here, we've watched probably 15 or 20 sloops and rafts come through today.
Yeah, is that your boat parked over there in the harbor there? Or is that where you're
That's
at?
my raft right there. I have no idea who that is. That is on that side over there. I'm on a point, and it's the same way. There's constant travel.
That sloop over there is the gentleman who came over here to talk with you. We lost track of you on the island, and then we met them. They said they had come over here and spoken with someone here in this at the thatched hut.
One of the favorite activities is to circle through this bay, halfway through, and then back out again.
Don't think that was me. I think that may have been the man that's sleeping in the hut.
Did those two gentlemen come down there to speak with you about setting up residence?
I have not spoke to anybody today, oddly enough. I've had a lot of people sail by, but no one's actually stopped. I do have
Pointed and said they talked to somebody in a little thatch hut, and I thought that they meant Boggert because we lost track of him in the bushes.
Well, there was that gentleman that we met just a minute ago that was looking for the boat and was looking for fish.
Right.
Yeah.
He's right here in this this small building.
Yeah, I think that's his raft out there too.
No, he swam here, he said.
That's my raft right there. That is my massive brigantine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the gentleman there is the one that walked up when we were speaking on the beach. He had just climbed out of the water and said he swam here to the island.
Interesting. It is a bit shallow in here, but surely a raft and a sloop, maybe even a schooner can transpass this.
Pretty shallow. You can almost walk across.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. No, my home is not a thatch one. It is actually a solid wood home, so it's a little bit sturdier than some of the places I've seen.
Right.
Yeah, we just advise people to be careful with their docks and their shipyards. We hear that they're a little bit contaminating the land around it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I've heard of that before.
Whatever preservative they're using for those posts on the dock, it leaches into the ground and then the trees don't want to grow back. It poisons the roots for a while.
I've heard a rumor that they treat it with some kind of weird chemical that preserves it against the salt water from rotting, and it's very toxic to the environment.
Right, just leaches out and goes straight to the tree roots and shrivels them right up.
Yes, and quite a poisonous range, if I remember correctly. It's been some time. That would be very unfortunate for me because I have a bunch of sugarcane and stuff over there.
Yeah, you certainly do. That's a large stand of sugarcane.
Yes, it is. Then of course with the emerald and the calcite right there on the first mountain. Of course, got the trees. I did go north today to the island to the north. I didn't really see anybody up there that was awake. It was a different kind of it was almost like string jute, I believe. It's was up there, and stone was very brittle, like a kind of like a limestone, like chalky.
Have you seen any oil around? Now that I have crystal, I can almost make street lamp.
Ooh, street lamp.
Oh,
would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting. Ooh, oh.
Yeah, imagine not standing out on the beach and talking in the dark anymore.
Standing by a smoky furnace or a cooking pot, filling up the whole house with smoke, and then be able to see bumping into.
That reminds me. I think I offered you a water barrel during the storm. Did you still need one?
It's so weird. I remember grabbing that water barrel and heading back home. And then when I woke up today, I didn't have it anymore. But I did manage to actually fashion one myself today.
The same thing when the pollen was going off and making everyone sleepy yesterday. That little thatch hut right there. I could have swore that I set that down and put the walls up and, leaned them together and then rested the roof on it. And apparently I was dreaming because I woke up laying on the beach and it still wasn't put up, and I did it again, and I dreamed about putting that thatch hut up about 4 or 5 times.
Yes, I understand completely.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I don't even remember. I don't even remember being. I was over here, and I grabbed the barrel, and I went home, and I went to sleep, and then I woke up. I was still at home, but I no longer had the barrel.
Strange things. Very odd.
The world.
Yeah, it's like that little sugar wispy flower. You kind of get in a haze and you kind of sniff it, and you're like, oh man, this is wild. It was kind of like that.
Speaking of flour, and you find me some wheat or corn. I have a nice little grinder now on my bench that I can actually grind up and make flour.
Oh, well, all I got right now is beans and rice in the crock pot.
Oh, well, we got exactly the same thing. Seems to be quite a bit of beans and rice around here.
Also, there's a berry press. You can press the berries and it'll pull the seeds right out of it, and then you can plant them again.
Ooh, now that I've never seen such a thing.
Yes, you can replant the seeds, and so you can grow your coconut tree or elderberry bush.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of those up there as well. Lots of elderberries right around that.
I wonder if you can do it with strawberries. Wouldn't that be nice to have a strawberry patch?
You know, that island to the north, it felt like it might have something like that. It had weird toadstools everywhere, but you know, it had what was it? It was thyme everywhere, little white flowers.
Oh. You know, weird.
Oh, and grapes all over the ground. But if you know, I grabbed an extra cow earlier because I didn't know if y'all had one yet. I have a gray one, I have a brown one, and I have a solid black one. So if you're interested in one of those, I'd be willing just to part with it because I don't need 3. I don't believe.
You'll have to talk with Stanley. He's kind of the breeder, or well, not the breeder. He's the butcher type person.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat on those cows.
Oh.
Right. There's a lot of milk in them that we can extract as well.
We just got to find a bucket.
I was just saying that I had 3 of them, and because I remember you asking earlier about them, and I don't need 3. I only need 2.
Well, you know, there was one I ever saw on the island, and it was black. And then I asked a couple people on that side over there, specifically the doctor and some others, and they told me, "No, we haven't seen a cow. But we'll let you know if we do." And I ran over that island. There's a cow right there. I ran all over that island for about an hour and a half. Came back over here. Went back over to that side of the island, and sure as enough, the doctor's office had a black cow standing in front of it.
Well, I have a brown, a gray, and a black, and I'm not particular about the colors. So if you want one of those, you're more than welcome to it.
All right. Yeah, I think there's. When we came around the horn down there, I think we saw like 3 bulls, but no heifers. So.
Yeah, that same area right there where I was talking about that little pass through. Look, you can't even see it because of the trees, but it's there. That's where I found all 3 cows at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, we'll come by and I think we were just about to turn in for the day. Probably come by and discuss some things tomorrow.
It sounds like a plan. I'm planning on going out in the seas, maybe acquiring a little bit more of the treasures.
All right, you keep a bit of a later timeline than us, then. Is that what it is?
My timeline is quite varied.
All right.
It can be any time of the day. And often
Very nice.
It's often any time of the day.
All right.
So I take naps. And that's about it.
That's really the best way to keep the energy flowing is nap periodically.
Yeah, you get so tired, and you've met all of your goals, and why not take a little nap?
Speaking of nap, I think I need to go and get my nap in.
Right, I think it's time.
So it's good seeing you.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to let you know where I was. I was hoping that y'all would still be awake, and that is me right there on the point, right there by the weird-looking pillar of rock.
Yeah, I jogged around the island earlier, and I didn't see your place or anything. So I did see a shipwright person on the other side of the rocks over there. Straight through that two rocks is somebody that's got a shipyard out. I think they're shipwrights.
Interesting.
But I think they I went to sleep about 5 hours ago, so
Oh dear.
yeah,
Sun was still out.
yeah.
Alright, I think it's time for me. Starting to
Yeah,
feel.
I won't keep you any longer. Just that is me right there at the point. Right there where those two trees are to the right of the rock right there. Is my home.
Thank you for the update. We did see someone had moved in over there. We didn't know it was you though.
Yes, I got a little box there and a sign that says "Welcome to Oliver's." So far, it's slowly progressing.
Alright, well, it's good to see you. You take care.
Yep, I will be back by again tomorrow. Maybe I'll see you then.
Yes, we'll see.
See you.
Have a good night. Get some rest.
Night.
All my vitamins are dropping again, so I'll have to kill myself off in the morning.
I just put the cover securely back down on top of the cooking pot so it didn't stay open all night.
You think the cows are all right out there? They got safety in numbers, right? I'll be sure.
All right, they should be fine.
Okay, I'm going to end it there, Chad. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a good time. We'll see you tomorrow.